Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you, too!
What up, everybody?
Hello?
Here we go. It's a packed house.
Day.
It's a packed house today. Oh, boy. Is that Herman up front in the red? No. It's a packed house. I think the randomizer ain't going to get our friends.
Okay.
I still don't know what the decision with
rising,
Flying
we
Foods
are all
was.
excited for Hapa Day as the councilwoman makes her way to the podium to get us started. I believe Mr. Lee will be part of this presentation as well. And this is a great way to kick off our Friday.
What's up, Brock? What's up, Elijah? What's up, Angry?
Mitch, we're going to have a number of presentations today.
I bet. Isn't that the chick from Channel 5 right there in the gray? Old Michaela Pereira? I'm pretty sure that's
Bring
her.
up all the folks to be with you.
Old chick from Channel 5. I don't know. She's not here yet. She went to like CNN or whatever. Somewhere. You're an S&S addict? Oh, don't tell your friends, Sam. Oh, look at you. Funny.
For those listening at home, we have folks coming up to join our council members.
They're taking their own sweet fucking time, so it could be a 4-hour fucking meeting.
All right, Councilwoman Rahman, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here. This is, I think, my third year leading our Hapa Day presentation, and I'm so honored to be joined by my colleagues, council members Isabel Jurado and John Lee, to recognize once again Hapa Day in the city of Los Angeles. Let's give ourselves a round of applause.
Let's give ourselves a round of applause for Hapa Day.
We actually did this for the very first time.
We won't fix any of the fires, and we won't be there when you really need us. But we'll give you a day so you feel fucking special. We'll pretend to knee bend for you, so that way you'll vote for us. And you're dumb enough just to.
That sentiment, the idea of being part something and part something else, has spread beyond the islands of Hawaii to describe anyone who is part Asian or part Pacific Islander.
Look, Barry, they try to knee bend to everybody. It's not these people in particular. It's not any people in particular. It's all these people. They love to stick their pen in everybody else's ink. And that's what they want to do. Oh, don't forget about me. I'm over here. I love you guys. I don't do nothing for you. I'll tell you I love you. But I'm here. Vote for me. Yay! That's really what this boils down to. Every day. All day. City Council voted 12-1 in favor of authorizing update to the city living wages and hotel worker minimum, which regulates the minimum wage for such workers. The issue will return on May 23rd for a second vote. So they kicked the can down the road. Got it. And they're trying to carve out a little bit here or there to not make everybody mad at them all at once. Kind of got it. You know, typical shit for them. That's what they do. That's what they do. They kick the can down the road. They don't care 'cause they get paid 6 figures. They don't give a fuck about you, Flying Foods.
So let's take a moment to look around this incredible room,
Duncan,
and we have a number of presentations happening here which have reinforced the diversity of America and of Los Angeles, and see that although we may all come from somewhere different, that fact makes us a richer, a stronger, a more empathetic city. To our Hapa friends here with us today, thank you for reminding us that to be a part something doesn't make you any less of something, and that to be part makes you vibrant and vital here in Los Angeles and across this entire nation. And with that, I want to turn it over to my colleague, Councilmember
$30 an hour
Barado.
to wash dishes. Well, I said I might start washing dishes. $30 fucking an hour.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Hapa Day. Woo! I'm excited to continue our Heritage Month celebration with today's special presentation. What I love about this month is that it's a great opportunity to uplift and highlight the rich diversity of our community.
Okay, let's just correct this first off. AOC looks like a fucking donkey from Shrek. Okay, let's just be honest with that. She got the biggest donkey teeth smile that you see, like a big horse. And Noodle ain't hot either. If that's hot to you, I don't know. Maybe it's just that I don't find Indian women attractive to the slightest, or the country of India. I don't care. Just me. Call me racist. Call me a bigot. Call me what you want. I don't find anything attractive by it. In fact, I just watched a video, what was it, 3 days ago on Fleckus, where there's a guy that pulled up one of these big, Andy Gump. You know what Andy Gump is, right? It's a company that sucks the shit out of porta potties. Okay? They come up with a big truck, come to construction sites. Anybody who's ever been on a construction site knows once a week they come up with the truck, put a big-ass hose into there and suck all the shit out so they're not, so you can go and then use the Andy Gump again, the porta potties. Okay? That's what they do. They make probably tens of millions, if not more. Okay, it's a big company. Shit sells. Now, having said that, I'm watching a video in India where this truck pulls up and starts just letting the shit fly out of the truck. He's taking the hose and he's dumping the shit into this river. Okay, you can clearly see it. Okay, it's broad daylight. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, whatever it is. It's early morning. You can see it. Okay, it's not like I can barely see it in the background. You can clearly see it. It's a big yellow fucking tanker truck dumping shit into a river. Just like, the shitter's full? Exactly. Just like that. Just like that. Homie's standing there with the big hose. He didn't have the big cigar in his mouth. But he was dumping shit. But then it gets worse. Because then the cameraman pans over, I don't know, maybe 20, 25 feet. There's a guy with his feet in the river. Okay, his pants are rolled up to his knees. His knees are in the river while the shit is going into the river. And then he has got a wash basin, that you use for maybe like a little kid, wash a little infant, you know what I mean? So you don't put him in the tub, whatever, that's too big. He's taking that and he's dumping the water over his head and he's washing his face and his hair. Okay? He wasn't drinking it. I mean, he might have got some of it in his mouth. He was legitimately pouring it over. So you saw the video, Golf. You know I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Okay? That is another reason why I would never waste any of my time or money to go to India. Not to mention, I told you about the dentist who's literally sitting in the fucking gutter with a dirty bucket and a dirty pair of pliers that you have in your own house, and he's pulling teeth from people that need dentistry. Okay, he's pulling the teeth right there in the street while they sit in the gutter with him. Just the most disgusting scenes I've ever seen. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. Vacation to me means hard-earned money that I've got to save up for a year or two to go somewhere and enjoy myself for a weekend or a week. Okay? There will be no enjoyment there. I mean, I can just see the pictures and it looks like the smell of armpit. It's filthy. It's not dirty. It's fucking filthy. And I know you probably have never seen the trash river. You kind of need to see that too. An entire river filled with trash. Not to mention the other, like, what do they call it? Like a swimming hole. Brown water everywhere. And there must be hundreds of these people in there. Floating shit. I mean, not shit like duty, but I mean like, Pepsi bottle or an old cracker box. Just floating along with you while you're sitting in there jumping around in the water. It's absolutely disgusting. And I would never spend a penny to go there. Never, not one. I wouldn't waste the time to go there, even if it said, come on down. India's telling me to come on down. Everything's free on the house. No. And I know you're saying, David, that can't be all of it. I get it. It ain't all of it. But that's what I see. That's what I see. And even in the parts that don't look like that, it's overcrowded like a motherfucker. And I don't like being like this. Okay? I don't like that. I don't. So call me a bigot. Call me what you want. It's fucking disgusting. I'd never go there. There you go.
Yeah, okay. My DJ name at that time was just initials, which wasn't super
all they
creative.
Can do.
And there wasn't
I think they've built up a tolerance is how they've not sick.
Myself as DJ Hapa.
They've built a tolerance
to it. It just felt like that made sense. And now I know that God had a bigger plan for that. And I recognize that now being here on this stage. in my professional career as a DJ and educating others how to DJ,
Yamuna River in
we focus
Delhi?
on
Yeah,
two
New Delhi.
big concepts.
Oh my
and
God.
Brian, can you pass me that controller on the floor there? On the floor. There's one on the floor near your feet. Yeah, there we go.
So Zero, I'm sure we're contaminated with plenty of things, too.
I just want to show everybody what this is.
Battery makers
If anybody has
and
never
stuff.
DJ'd before, I'm about to show you today how to do this, okay? So we're going to get a crash course. Everybody who's here in the
do
audience.
we really need the crash course in DJing? Just take your award and sit down, please. There's lots of people here, man. Please, enjoy your day. Get your award. Sit down. Nobody cares. Every DJ I've ever seen is moving 9 different buttons, and yet we all still hear the same. It must be in their head that they're adjusting everything, because they could literally just sit there, switch, sit there, switch, sit there, switch. I don't need anything else. They're not scratching. I don't hear the scratching. I just see them turning dials and flipping. Stop it already. Come on. Stop it. Come on, man. I don't know if he's fake Hawaiian. He might be a real Hawaiian individual. And I love Hawaii. I ain't even been there. I know some Hawaiian folks, and they're fantastic. I'd go to Hawaii in a minute. Can't afford it really at the moment, but I'd go there in a minute. Because that place looks beautiful. It looks nice. Looks clean. I know the people don't like the what do you call it? It's like me that come to the island. I don't know what they call it. I forget what they call it. They got a word for us. But, yeah, they don't really like us. But I get it, too. We come to their place. A lot of times idiots are mean and they destroy things. You have idiot streamers who do stupid shit when they go over there. I get it. Big difference between Hawaii and India. Not to mention Hawaii's only, 6 hours? And I'm sure an India flight would be 12 hours or some shit to go to that fucking place. I'm good. No, I've never been. Brent, to Hawaii. I'd go to Hawaii, though. Why not, man? It's a beautiful looking place. Mainlanders. That's what we are. Is that what we call us? Mainlanders? Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I wouldn't go to India. I'd go to Hawaii in a minute. Hawaii just looks beautiful. I like sunsets. I like clean stuff. I like clean beaches. That's what I like. All right, are we done here?
So many of my Hapa brothers and sisters, I really realized that because I grew up in San Francisco and I was born in 1980.
Wait, you grew up in San Francisco?
I grew up in San Francisco in the 80s and in the 90s. My experience was not the same as somebody who grew up in the 60s, in the 70s, before that even. In fact, my grandmother
lived there 20 years. The locals rarely screw with white people. Is that even parents, now, though, lower?
They actually had to go to Reno to get married because it was illegal for them to be married in California. And that was in the 40s. They call you
Howley?
And it wasn't until 1967 in which interracial marriage was allowed at the state level. And so that's crazy because that was not that long ago. And yet here we are. And so I'm so excited to be able to celebrate diversity, inclusion, love amongst all of it.
Inclusion, as long as you vote for who we vote for. As long as you don't vote for the orange guy.
Okay, so we're going to do a little something. So I know I just held this up, but I'm going to show you how it actually works. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to have you guys.
I mean, I think everybody in this room's seen a DJ, bro. You're certainly no Mix Master Mike.
I can get
That's for fucking real. You want to see a real DJ? Go watch Mix Master Mike. He's a real DJ. Okay. In fact, when you're watching him on camera, it doesn't even do it justice because he's moving much more fast. The camera can't keep up with how fast Mix Master Mike is. Okay. So there's that. Tons of fun. Thank you so much,
Toad. Check. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. All right. So the first thing is you need DJ names.
Shout out to you.
What's your DJ name?
DJ Idiot.
Please don't do this to me.
DJ Kami.
Everybody make some noise for Please Don't Do This to Me.
What about DJ Kami?
I've never had my last name is my DJ name, DJ Ramen.
All right. We've got DJ Ramen. Noodle. All right, you ready? All right, so we've got Please Don't Do This to Me and DJ Ramen. Okay, all right, so do you want to face this way or this way? Which way should we go? We'll face this way, that's fine. All right, so we can blend two things together. So I'm going to start by actually blending two things together, and I'm going to have you help me. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start with this.
All right, everybody.
see if this is coming.
If you smoke like I smoke, then you're high like every day. Smoke.
All right, let's make sure
yeah, it's just a big waste of fucking
time. I like DJ Don't Do This.
And you know the problem is there's 2 more people at least. At least 2 more folks.
I think
folks that have to go through
council members, be ready for your DJ names because I might be asking you.
Guys, I probably gotta mute this anyways because of the copyright music that he's about to play.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you, as this song is playing, we're gonna isolate the vocals live. All right, so I'm gonna show you what to do. Here we go.
All right, so that's definitely gonna be some music. I don't even want to hear the cringe ass shit. Oh God, look at her dancing over there. It's like Kamala Harris doing that fucking rerun dance. She looked like Rerun doing that shit. Looked like Fred Berry. This chick does too. Oh, sit down with your stepper size. The cringe level's at about an 8 right now. Oh boy. The cringe level's gonna bust through the roof any moment. And remember, folks, diversity, equity, inclusion, as long as you vote and think like we do. That's the only way. Yep, definitely playing copywritten shit. Oh, this is so fantastic. Oh, my God. Yay. Oh, whoa. Check it out. This is so fun. Done already?
Ready? Here we go. So just back and forth and then let it go. Ready? Here we go.
Hopefully he breaks it.
Hey!
Oh! Right, wow! Oh, wow! Wow! Wow, can you believe it? Oh my God. Oh. What every kid did in the 80s to break the needle on their parents' record player. Fuck out of here. That CDJ shit, too. At least bring some vinyl. Bring some techniques. That's not real shit. That's fake DJ shit. Fuck out of here. Real DJs use techniques. Not that shit. Not your Pioneer CDJ. Grammy incoming for sure. Where's Mr. fucking Herman when you need him? And thank you to Mr. Herman and Audit LA. Audit LA, thank you for putting that video up. Thank you, Mr. Herman, for giving us a really big shout out at the meeting the other day that wasn't televised. Oh man, now we got trumpet players and let's get it, bro. Is he gonna trumpet while scratching? Their shit's up. Why don't I hear it? Oh. Is that Chuck Mangione? Happy birthday. Hey, dear Damon. Happy birthday to you. At least that's real. Okay? That's a real musician. That's real. That's a real musician. That's a real instrument. He's really playing it. No auto-tune.
This is a song, Hapa Day.
Oh. Don't know what song that is, but that was going to get cut too, Billy. Kenny G. Imposter. I thought it was Chuck Mangione.
Choosing to celebrate.
Bro. You should be thanking me right now. And man, thank you for the 54 months on a 53-month streak.
Impressive.
That's crazy.
That is correct.
Sheesh. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. 54 months. I didn't even think I've been streaming that long. Your birthday's on the 19th. 3 more days and we're going to celebrate, Jorge. 3 more days. You're turning 16. Yeah, well, again, I can't guarantee if it's copywritten or not. I'd rather not. Because you know, if they do strike it, then these assholes get any revenue that comes from it. Because they will be able to put commercials on it. Because then they claim it's their video and they aren't deemed harmful content. Meanwhile, in a $1 billion deficit, that's right, golf. Meanwhile, we're over here, joy. Remember that whole thing of joy? Remember that when they tried to spread joy and then they lost? You remember that? Same thing here. The sky isn't falling. Everything's just fine. Don't worry. We'll bring our dumb friends in. We'll give them some more money. We'll waste more of our time. We'll get paid our 6-figure salary to go and appease these folks. It's just a fucking hysterical. This shit is so cringeworthy, dude. It's god damn. I got one thing to say.
Wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Wrap that shit up, B. Where's all the joy at? It don't all seem so joyful anymore. Their side writing on Teslas, writing swastikas on Teslas like the Nazis they are. Y'all are Nazis. You are fucking Nazis.
Well, thank you, members, for bringing Hapa to the House. Really
thank you, Grady. Get up in here, Grady. Give us your 2 cents. Meanwhile, my district looks like shit. Kimmy, let's go.
The money don't jiggle, jiggle.
Let's go, Kimmy. Happy Friday to you, Kim. Thank you, Kimmy.
We are what make each other great. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimmy. That's huge. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Harris-Dawson.
Thank you so much.
It's all their
Mr. Chair,
cucks that have filled the seats.
Members,
nobody that actually
Raman,
cares about these
Murado,
fucking folks.
Please don't make me do this. You're not getting out of that one.
Suit from the 80s,
listen,
for sure. This one don't look better. Who else? Who gets a mustard, Dijon mustard,
show gratitude
yellow,
for the recognition
brown
of Hapa Day and what the Hapa movement means. It is such a Los Angeles thing. The world and the powers that be tell two sets of people you shouldn't be able to get together, and we're going to make laws so you can't get together. And not only do you get together, you make up a tribe and create a whole movement behind it. And so that's the spirit of resistance that is so Los Angeles and so Hapa. So thank you for that, and a big round of applause to everybody who's a part of the Hapa movement. And then our honoree today, DJ Hapa, who I met now.
What is Martian Day? I don't know.
Since we met, who took the responsibility for creating a DJ school here in Los Angeles, and that I discovered a long time ago.
Thank you, tons. Let's go.
A couple things about that experience. One, when you go there, it's everybody. It looks like LA. It's everybody.
People
from this tribe and that tribe, mixed tribes, cross tribes, everybody is there. And the thing that Hapa was so instructive about teaching all of us that I think is something that's central to what we're trying to accomplish as a city.
Matthew, thank you.
One of the things he identified is everybody's music has got a way of keeping time. It's mostly the drum. Sometimes it's another instrument. But wherever you go on planet Earth, from one pole to the other, every people have a way of keeping time. And the way they keep time tends to match closely to the beat of the human heart, wherever you go. And so what that means is any music I find from one part of the world, if I work hard enough, I can blend it with music from another part of the world. And we can make something completely new that planet Earth has never seen. So I'm grateful for that lesson that you've taught us through the fun of DJing. And I think it's a lesson that we can all use as we go and try to build the experiment that we call the city of Los Angeles. So thank you so much, DJ Hapa.
All right. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you.
Back to you, Councilwoman Rahman, to close.
DJ Hapa, we have a City of Los Angeles recognition for you as being our honoree. So we wanted to give that to you. We wanted to thank you for bringing your joy and your virtuosity to our council chambers and to Hapa Nation. Thank you for allowing me to recognize this day 2 years ago. I'm Asian, I'm not Hapa, but I feel part of your community. I feel seen by this community, and I'm so grateful to be able to lift it up today. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Happy Hapa Day, everyone. All right, as if I could ask all the folks who were part of the Hapa presentation to
go to the left.
if possible, to exit the chamber. We have a lot of folks coming in for the next
get
presentation.
up out of here, Hapa.
We're waiting
get your shit up out of
outside.
here.
So we'd like to create a smooth transition as some folks leave and some folks come in. But toward that end, if we could get the folks for the next presentation to come up as they leave. This one will be led by Councilwoman Yaroslavsky, and it is to celebrate Jewish American heritage.
Oh, come on,
so if folks could quietly transition.
Is that what it is, Daniel? Seems like it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So we got the Asian folks. Now we're going to have the Jewish folks. Now we're going to have to guess who's the third group. The Teamsters? Armenian Day? No, we already had Armenian Day the other day.
We just need one more minute while folks are coming in.
There's usually 3. Sometimes there's 4. Oy vey. Look, I have no problem with them recognizing these folks, but why don't you do it on a separate day? Do it when nobody else is watching here. Don't do it when the city needs to do business. That's what I'm saying. I have no problem with you honoring anybody you want to honor. I do have a problem with you spending money on the frames and all that shit. I do. When we're down $1 billion. If we were up $1 billion, I wouldn't give 2 fucks. There you go.
Pain and
Jewish American Heritage Month. I didn't even know there was a thing.
To celebrate something else.
When did this
Our
start?
incredible culture. From music to movies to movements for social justice.
You know, again, everybody's got a month. You got Hapa month, we got Jewish American month, we got gay month. We got it all. Why is it that the veterans only get a day? Why? They fought for this country, most of which were under the age of 21, right? They were kids fighting for this country, some of which lost their lives, and they get a fucking day. They get a day for Memorial Day. They get a Memorial Day. Well, I guess it's Memorial Weekend, so they get a weekend. Sorry, and they get a day for the living. Okay, for the veterans that are living on Veterans Day. Memorial Day for the ones who have passed, for the weekend. But all these folks they get a month. Everybody gets a month. Why? You don't need no month. What you need is a day. They need a month.
This exhibit, From the Wizard of Oz to Wicked, Jewish composers who helped shape Hollywood, which is presented in collaboration.
I mean, it's just completely ass backwards. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care about the groups.
Everyone who helped bring today's program to life. In particular, my staff, Alan Zipper.
What do you mean they have every day? Who has every day, Miss Angelique?
The Jewish Federation.
I need you to explain.
The Museum of American Jewish History. The Academy Museum. Factors Deli, of course. The UCLA Klezmer Ensemble. And specific thanks to Adina Blake.
Arrest James Comey. I agree.
and Stephen Sass of the Jewish Historical Society of Southern California. I would now like to turn it over to our next speaker, Councilmember Blumenfield.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Councilwoman Yaroslavsky.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for leading us in this presentation and being a great partner.
No, I don't see Spindler or Herman in there.
And
but I can't tell. They keep moving the camera.
Everyone that she mentioned as well. Just echo that.
Thank
you,
Sam.
Happy Jewish American Heritage Month.
I'm your favorite liberal on YouTube.
As was mentioned, this year in City Hall, we are celebrating Jewish musical composers who have made their mark in Hollywood throughout the last decades. So many of the Jewish composers who went on to become household names or creators of popular songs were actually those who were fleeing or escaping the Nazi persecution and are descendants from Holocaust survivors. Many of the most influential Jewish American composers have been household names.
Anybody see any
George
regulars?
and Ira Gershwin, Stephen Sondheim, Leonard Bernstein, Irving Berlin, just to name a few.
White Devil Month?
Like so many of our ancestors, they were stripped of their names, identities, and in many cases, their beloved instruments. But they persevered, and there are so many harrowing stories of those imprisoned in camps defying the odds, continuing to sing, making instruments out of whatever was around, and there wasn't much. In the camps, Jews were also dehumanized by being forced to sing to
clean
entertain
up your own
guards,
problems,
or forced to listen to
I'd be up for
nationalistic
that one, hippie.
anti-Semitic songs being broadcast on the radio along with German announcements of victory.
I don't see any
Creativity
regulars.
and the need to continue to make art has kept the Jewish people alive in so many ways. The Jewish songs and traditions have sustained people throughout all the hardships and persecution that we have faced. And Jewish artists have sought refuge in music and composing many songs
like
that cross many
Black
cultural
History
barriers.
Month,
A lot of folks don't realize, but so many
Pride
of the joyous
Month.
Christmas classics
Lots of people get a
are
month,
actually
50 cal.
by Jewish composers.
Well, I was just explaining
songs like Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, Let It Snow, Santa Baby, and It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year were all written by Jews, just to name a few. Jewish people were routinely discriminated against and barred from working in many fields of employment, but they often found their place in Hollywood and played a significant role in the industry's golden age. So many of these composers were forced to change their name, their Jewish-sounding names, to sound something more assimilated in order to find employment. Fortunately, now that is changing. And I'm so proud to be Jewish and to come from a long line of people who, in the face of danger and hate, refuse to be quiet, and they sing instead. So I'm going to turn it back
Dreidl's coming
and
out, Natalie.
enjoy this presentation.
Uh-oh, here we go. More music.
Thank you, Councilmember Bloomfield. Next, I'd like to ask Councilwoman Park to make a few remarks.
Thank you, Councilmember Yaroslavsky and Councilmember Bloomfield, for leading this incredible presentation.
June, you think?
And I'm really honored to join you
They
in
are,
recognizing
Richard.
the
I think
impactful
so. Why we don't see anybody we know.
the Jewish community has made to all of Los Angeles.
Two days in a row?
I love the musical celebration
Or two
of Jewish
this week, I think it
composers featured this year, but I also wanted to take a moment to recognize some of the Jewish leaders in Council District 11 who can...
Don't Democrats hate who? Jews? Some they do. They like the ones that are dumb enough to give them money. The ones that are more free-thinking, they don't like them. But that goes with everybody. It's not just Jewish folks. Doesn't matter. You can be black, white, Asian, Hapa. You can be any of that. And if you think a different way than them, there is no diversity and inclusion for you. It's all a farce. It's all a facade to make it seem as though they're for the people and they care. They don't care about the people. They don't care. They don't care. Well, notice, sir, I mean, I'd like to see that stat. I'm sure that's another made-up stat like the Jewish space lasers and everything else. Okay? Would I agree that there are a lot of Democrat voters that are Jewish? Absolutely. Is it 80%? That's hard to tell. Let's be honest with that. And again, the ones that do, regardless of whether they're Jewish, Christian, Catholic, Buddhist, Muslim, whatever they are, they deserve everything they get from these people for voting for them. Regardless of your religion or your ethnicity or your economical background. Don't care. That's my point. If you don't bend the knee, you are nothing. That's the way I look at it. I'm not telling you to look at it that way. I'm just telling you that's the way I look at it. Look, they gave him 2 OPG folders.
Thank you, Councilwoman
They didn't give him
Park.
no
Next,
fucking
I'd like
frames.
to call Councilwoman
Hey,
Rahman.
baby gay and indigiqueer both got fucking frames. The Jewish folks, they got some OPG folders. Okay, let's look at that.
I really also just
And
want...
did anybody see what the Hapas got? Did the Hapas get a frame? Because I don't think I saw them. I think they pushed them off to the side before they gave them anything.
Angeles, be here today and be recognized. It's really beautiful, and I'm grateful to be a part of it. And today, the theme of today's presentation, Jewish composers who shaped Hollywood, really spoke to me as someone who moved to America, but also moved to Los Angeles because my husband was
Who's telling you
wanting
that?
to work in
Notice, sir. So you're telling me you believe the media that feeds you that lie of their stats? I'm guessing you believe that all the people they told you died during COVID too. or these mass graves that you saw nobody being put into, or all these refrigerator trucks that you didn't see opened up, you didn't see no bodies, you just saw them lined up for the show. Then they told you what this is. Hey, these are filled with bodies. So you'd think, okay, they're filled. There's thousands dying. Let's just do everything they say. So I say to you, how do you split it? You believe them in one aspect and not the other? How do you do it? Because I don't believe them in any aspect. There's a reason why we watch them on mute. There's a reason why we watch them on mute. Because I don't need to hear anything they're saying. There's a reason why we have the scanners. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth, not from their mouth reshaped, reflipped. They're going to shape you the narrative. I can shape you that narrative right back. See how I'm doing that? Don't be so foolish, noticer.
Honoring this
because you know they lie.
History and allowing us a chance.
Lie to you about laptops. Lie to you about Shamdemic.
This year when it feels
lie to you about Russian collusion. It's all been proven, and yet you still believe them.
To be part of this very important recognition.
Woo! Bro, I got an awesome bridge for you to buy.
For your words.
Let me know if you want it. It's only $100. It's your own bridge. And it comes with its own vaccination shots and mask.
Council member Littlefield, Yaroslavsky, again.
How is he up there? How is he up there? How is he the president right now?
Our Jewish brothers and sisters have made a real mark on the city.
Sports are rigged too. I've heard it a million times. Arts, don't tell Taiji. He's in here. He'll give you one.
And so much more. LA is paid with the positive impacts of Jewish American culture. This year's celebration is personal for me. I'm lucky to have two members on my staff here.
Lied to you about Biden's health. I forgot about that one, Greg. Thank you. Stop proving my point, Greg. They're going to hate you like they hate me. We're going to be hated together, Greg.
At this time, when LA is so profoundly diverse and accepting of all people, as evidenced by our activities here today.
Oh, really? You're accepting of people that want to make the country great again? Okay.
I can say it in the Jewish tradition of the fight for equity,
I know, Michael.
And acceptance for all.
What do you want me to do? Stare at a picture of a cop car in front of a jail with its lights on?
Thank you, Councilmember Price. Next up is Councilwoman Hutt.
Thank you, Councilwoman Yaroslavsky, Councilmember
Sorry, Billy.
It gives me great
pleasure. They hate all of us, Bellboard.
To be able to
they don't like the people they say they like. They just like their vote.
It's a time to celebrate.
Please remember this.
Strength,
people aren't to be trusted about anything.
Contributions of the Jewish community, both across our nation and right here in the heart of Los Angeles. For generations, Jewish Angelenos have helped shape the cultural, economic, and civic lives for our city. We've witnessed the foundational role the Jewish community played in the civil rights movement. We see it in our vital health care systems, especially if we look at the growth of Cedars-Sinai, an institution founded by the Los Angeles Jewish community. And we experienced it in the far-reaching work of the Jewish nonprofits fighting for injustice everywhere in the city. In the 10th district, we have.
It's funny how the nonprofits always seem to make profit.
A strong, dynamic
so funny that
Jewish
way.
Community, and we celebrate together every year Festival Lights, an event that brings all families together with pride and compassion and an unwavering sense of purpose. We define the community through the radiance on display. There is a profound, interwoven way of life in the Jewish community where history and today come together. And it's really a testament to the heritage. And so today, as we celebrate the monumental contributions of Jewish American composers, I'm excited because these artists have woven yet another profound layer into the fabric of Hollywood's most beloved stories. Their musics add an emotional depth and resonance that enriches all of us. We saw that with Leonard Bernstein, who elevated West Side Story by using music to portray the cultural identities of two opposing groups in that story. Or with people like Randy Newman, whose music
I
and
Love
Toy
LA.
Story and The Princess and the Frog brought so much fun to our beloved Disney. Or my favorite song, and probably yours by Randy Newman, I Love LA.
There you go, Samson. They
Right?
all get months. Where's the Veterans Month?
You want me to do it again? No. These composers are like so many others, use their talents to bring unforgettable cinema magic through music. And this represents the huge impact of the Jewish community in Los Angeles and across the world. So I want to thank our Jewish brothers and sisters for your resilience and your creativity and your leadership and your love of our city. We honor your heritage and we stand with you today.
That's it. It's buzzwords. It's literally a script they get, Vinyl. I mean, I'm sure, Vinyl, that you've seen those videos that people compile all these same so-called journalists that are on television, and they say the same words verbatim across the country. The people in Louisiana are busy saying the same shit we're saying here in Los Angeles. Okay? Same thing in Oregon. Okay? So you can tell how they're all ran by the same people. Okay? Again, still haven't heard anything about that dude that tried to kill the orange guy. You haven't heard a fucking thing about that. How come? Because if the roles were reversed and he tried to take care of old dumb Joe, oh boy, we would have the longest investigation, a 2-hour fucking movie series on it. We would have had it all. We'd had everybody and all Trump and his friends jailed before they were even convicted of anything, saying that they were a part of it. You would have had all that. You would have had all that, but you ain't heard a fucking thing.
Smoke.
Just so funny. Okay? Notice how some stories get swept right under the rug, and some are just over and over and over and over again. They're protecting their voter base.
Us know that we have.
Don't worry, go out there and do that. Don't worry.
Official.
We'll make sure you're okay.
Say you do have my support.
We'll get you a GoFundMe and raise you $500 grand. Just go kill somebody.
That we raised for the synagogues in my community. We're going for, happy things, community festivals and things like that. But unfortunately, because of the times and because of
I know it's a whole lot of real
going around in our world, we help
rather give you a whole lot of real and anger you
to our synagogues to help with security measures and different things
suck
like that.
Up to you,
it's a shame that people cannot worship in peace
when you shouldn't
at the places of worship. It's a shame that we have to spend that money on those things, but together, I know that whether it be Asian American community, Hispanic community, Black community, if we all work together, we can overcome this hate. And I just really appreciate the partnership throughout the years. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Councilmember Lee. Next up is Councilmember Soto Martinez.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Yaroslavsky and Councilmember Blumenfield, for putting this together. And happy Jewish American Heritage Month to everyone. As a council member of Hollywood, I think it's always important to reflect on the history that's made the city what it is, and to learn about the Jewish composers who are very much part of our everyday lives. I had heard about some of the composers, but I didn't know that Santa Baby was also part of sort of that legacy. And who knew, Philip Springer, probably when he wrote that, didn't know that Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift would also be singing those songs. And so it just goes really to show that they're not just part of LA culture, but really global culture and the culture of America. And so thank you again so much for reminding us what this community means for everyone. And again, thank you so much for celebration.
Thank you.
No, none of them wears ties. Oh, there's the great panderer. He got in there. Standing room only for him.
Councilmember Yaroslavsky. I really appreciate this very much. This is such a great day. I'm so happy to celebrate this with you. And of course, I'm going to bring it, if anybody knows me, I'm going to bring it back to the 1-5.
Of course you are,
we have a small but mighty Jewish community in the 1-5. We got Temple Bethel. Last year we celebrated 100 years of Temple Bethel in San Pedro. They've been around forever, and they're a small but mighty organization. In fact, this weekend we're having a gala where we're saying goodbye to Rabbi Marv. and welcoming our new, I say our new, I'm not a member of the tribe, but it's our new rabbi. I'm always so excited to get to know our rabbi. We have Elon Davidson, who's our famous cantor. I know we have more than one cantor in the room right now. At least another cantor in the room, our former controller.
I caught the slow one,
and the sort of the arts and the music and the theater of our Temple Beth El is really, really clear and evident in our community. But of course, bringing it back to the 1-5 and sticking with our,
I'm sure they are,
our Jewish composers.
Then they're going to talk about the
Hollywood,
space
I
lasers
make sure
next.
That I mention films that were shot in and around San Pedro that involved Jewish songwriters and the scores.
The Inquisition.
While he wasn't born in our city, the legendary Hans Zimmer composed the music for The Rock that was composed on 7th Street and Center in downtown San Pedro, and for The Holiday, which showcased the iconic Vincent Thomas Bridge. And he won countless awards. But I also have to point out the additional Jewish composer that
we
shot
get it,
the 1-5,
Noticer. I get you.
included Mark Shaman of A Few Good Men, filmed at Fort MacArthur.
I'm right
and
here.
Jerry Goldsmith of Chinatown. Chinatown was composed on Paseo del Mar. That's a kind of a game we play in the 1-5. We always look to see, hey, that's where we live. That's our place. That's our connection to Hollywood. But I want to say that I'm really, really grateful to the contributions of the Jewish American community, to not only to the 1-5, but to the city of Los Angeles and to my life. You know, I practiced law in LA for 40 years, and so I got to learn some Yiddish, and I got to know sort of the ethic of the Jewish community, which is stick up for people that can't stick up for themselves, and hang together and make sure that you keep a tight community. So thank you and bless you for this wonderful month.
As long as you ain't MAGA.
Thank you, Councilmember McCosker. Next, I'm going to call on Councilmember Nazarian, then open it up to anybody else who wants to say a few words, and then we're going to get to the music. Thank you.
Man, come on, now there's music.
Thank you. Thank you, Council President, and thank you to my colleagues for the leadership on bringing this forward. I appreciate the work that you do on a daily basis and the work that you do on behalf of a community that's contributed so much to the fabric of Los Angeles and the United States. Los Angeles, and in that vein, Los Angeles would not be the world capital of pop culture and entertainment if it wasn't for the motion picture industry. And the motion picture industry itself, as we know it, is largely the creation of Jewish immigrant entrepreneurs, whether it's the Warner Brothers, whether it's Goldwyn, Mayer, Lasky, Cohen, Lemley, or Zucker. So, and while every group, every ethnic group in America contributed to the building of our unique culture, the music of Hollywood especially was the creation of Jewish composers, many of them refugees from Germany and Austria, whether it be Steiner, Korngold, and Newman. So that immigrant experience is what makes our country so amazing and vibrant, because if you look at what everyone has done, and this is outside of music, it's all the areas that no one really wants to spend too much time in. The garment industry or schmata industry, the trash industry, the dry cleaning, the taxi. You go to any country, any other city in the world, and you see who's working at these trades, you know that it's usually the most recently arrived immigrant community. They grow it, they make it successful, and then you have these tremendous titans of industries developing, all from a very small place where nobody else wanted to touch. So that, to me, speaks to the strength of the immigrant experience as well. So thank you very much for what you all do, and thank you again to my colleagues for the recognition of bringing that forward.
All right, we're going into music now.
Councilwoman Rodriguez, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Council Members Yaroslavsky and Blumenfield. And I was incredibly thrilled to see the theme of the celebration today. Because before deciding that my voice would be used in politics, advocating for my community, I thought it was going to be used in musical theater. So the theme for me is really very special, because so much of the composers that we are honoring and celebrating the legacy of
Yes,
today.
they do,
We're
Jack.
very much some of the very songs that I sang on.
That's why, by overtaxing them, they've moved out of the states. Well, not really moved out of the state. What I mean is they're still based here, but they fly people out to other states. Okay? Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Nevada, to shoot a lot of stuff now, where they would have shot all that here. They don't, because of the over-regulation and taxation. Now, they're busy trying to cut the red tape and bring them back. Well, who pushed them away in the first place? Who did that? Let me guess, it was the Jews that pushed themselves out with their space lasers. That's what the media told me.
All right, I don't think
shot
there are any other
themselves
speakers.
with their lasers, and now they don't want to come back. Do work
Thank
here.
you so much.
Just want to live here.
Today has been a joyous day in council. I think it reflects the diversity of our city, which is totally our strength. I represent Highland Park, Eagle Rock, which is home to Temple Beth Israel. My neighbor is on the board. And so I really want to wish you all happy Jewish American Month. These Jewish composers
I hear all
are
the
what
same
shape
shit all the
our
time
lives. I
about the
often listen
Jewish
to them
folks.
when I bike through the city of LA and imagine that
They're
am
not
on
all of Hollywood.
a magical ride
They're not
myself.
all of the radio
And
industry.
I'm
They're
curious
not
to hear
all
Councilmember
of
Rodriguez's bars.
banking industry.
Can you do the Wizard of Oz, the Elphaba thing? I would love to see that on the floor. But happy Jewish American Heritage Month, and thank you so much.
Okay.
So before we move to the musical
Who's the
piece, I
next
just want to
group?
acknowledge there are a bunch of amazing
Who's the next group in the blue?
people from the Jewish community here. I want to acknowledge LAUSD school board member Charlotte Hendy Newbill, who is not Jewish, but is a strong advocate at LAUSD on behalf of our community. Thank you for being here and joining us today. Next, I think we've done enough of the talking.
See, what they do is they want diversity, as in color. That doesn't bring you strength. What brings you strength is people that are like-minded. It doesn't matter if they're of different races and creeds. If they are, fantastic. But I think what matters is people that are like-minded, regardless of their race, religion, economical background. Because believe it or not, there are people that are of all types that like one or two certain things. They do. It happens. I think that is where your strength is. Your strength isn't in just having one of each color. It's not a crayon box here. The reason crayons work is because it's different colors working together to create a great picture. It's not the fact that you just have a bunch of different colors thrown in a box. That's just my opinion. Okay? Because again, everywhere I've gone to school and grown up as a kid, you had everybody there. Wasn't more dominant to anywhere. Okay? You had everybody. That's just how I grew up. Okay? Welcome to the LAUSD. Shitty education and highly diverse. That's two. That's two things I could definitely say. Okay? And that's being honest. And anybody who grew up in the LAUSD can't tell you anything different, otherwise they're fucking lying to you. And they just don't want to agree with me and say that. You know what? He's right. I got a shitty education and there was a ton of different people of all types in my classroom. In fact, it was overcrowded in every classroom. Worse in the 80s. You had busing issues. I told you, they were busing kids into my elementary school because Koreatown, the Korean kids, they didn't have enough school. Like enough actual schools. You know what I mean? They were so overcrowded, they bused the kids to our school. Yes, that really happened. Okay, and again, I learned about K-pop and Korean culture and all that. And it was fantastic. But it was fantastic because these people, we all got along. We were kids that all just loved to play and do that stuff and learn and color and do that shit. It wasn't because they were Korean I had a good time. And besides, my best friend, he was Salvadorian at that time. I mean, I guess you can keep beating the diversity horse till it dies, but that's not where your strength is. Holy shit! I don't even need to hear it. I don't even need to hear it. I don't even need to. I don't know, Nikiti. I don't even need to hear her over there all fucking cringe, snapping her fingers to the tune. Bro, this is too much. Too goddamn much. Can we just get to business? I mean, really. This is our city is reeling. Our city's bleeding like a stuck pig. Can we get to work? Can we just get to work? We still got a whole nother group behind these people. This is not the only group. We already had the Hapas. We have the Jewish folks now. And I don't even know which folks are next. Don't know. Could be Baby Gabe back for a second appearance. Could be Indigiqueer. I don't know. I've learned so much, though. I've learned about where our money is going. Or was going, I should say. Was. Because even here, I'm not even talking about federal funds. I'm just talking about the funds here in the state, in the city, rather. It's, the tank is empty. They're backfiring because they're running on fumes. And it's a house of cards. At some point, even with the stupid spending they're still doing now, I bet that they're going to, worse things are going to happen. I really believe it. I feel like they're not telling you the whole truth. They never are. And we're further in the hole than they say they are. And, yeah, our city's going to be a fucking real shithole. In fact, my face is burnt. I don't know if you can tell, because I was busy working yesterday. That's why I missed that chase. And there was a man I met, Mr. Medina. Okay, he was like a city services guy. He works like picking up large item pickup. Someone throws a couch out, that kind of thing. So I saw him struggling with the couch. I'm like, hey man, you need some help? I'll help you pick that up. He's like, oh man, it's cool. I'm gonna just slowly drag this thing. I was like, yeah man, don't throw your back out. It's a pretty sizable couch. If you need help, I'll help you. He's like, oh, it's cool. I'll just toss it in here real slow. He's like, yeah, I'd take my time. I was like, yeah, I'd pace myself too. That shit's heavy and you ain't even got a partner. He's like, yeah, they cut the partners because of the budget. We all now are single drivers, and they doubled up our pickups. And I said, really? I said, how many pickups do you have today? He said, I have 91. 91 pickups he had to do by himself. Big couches, all kinds of shit. I don't blame the man for not wanting to throw his back out and just take his time. You know what I mean? But that's what's happening now, and that's what I'm saying. You're going to start to see that first. Trash piling up everywhere because the city services can't get over, sanitation, they're getting cut. They cut a lot of, I'm not telling you completely out, but they've cut hours out. They've cut money from their budget. So it's going to leave the city dirtier. Okay? And, you guys have no idea why I get so angry at the street vultures. Maybe one day I'll tell you, but for now it won't be. I have every right to be. And then you'll understand. You'll be like, wait a minute. Now I understand it. Now I understand it. But until then, just know that I live it when other people just talk about it. Okay, a lot of people come in here and they gaslight you or what is it, virtue signal and tell you how all these people are fantastic and they're just a little down on their luck. And no, they're not all fantastic. They're absolutely not. And yeah, that's just all I'm going to say. And we're going to start to slowly see it with small things. Trash collection, sanitation pickup, general services cleaning in the ducts, like the sewers, you know what I mean? The gutter, when they get clogged up. So, yeah. 110 stops. That's what I'm saying, Richard. Like, no joke. You had 91 stops. And it was pretty warm yesterday. It felt bad for the dude. That's why I wanted to help him with that couch that he was pulling out. But he was just kind of rolling it, he didn't care. he knows that, it's just going to get crushed in the machine. Bro, come on, are we done yet? God damn, these three. I wonder how long these three fucking sat in a studio and practiced this over and over to get this right so they wouldn't look funny when they did it live here. But yeah. I'm going to look Indian soon? I probably will. My face hurts. I fucked up. I forgot my hat. I have like one of those sun hats, like a floppy, like construction guys that work on the like pavement and shit. They wear those big sun hats, They work good. They work well, but I was working here and I forgot it in the garage, and then I had already left and I was like, fuck, I forgot my hat. So I had to work. I had to do my shit. So, yeah, man, fuck. Sun done got me. This is a voice. This is the voice. This is not city council. Oh, fuck. They're about to do another song now. Ay, ay, ay. Here we go. My little buttercup has the cutest smile. Come on, do it. I want the Three Amigos song, My Little Buttercup. A smile. It is, BJ. See, I feel bad. It's time consuming. It's mentally tiring. It's physically tiring. It's just draining. It's draining on you. And that's the thing, Well, I'd much rather have the blonde, but she's not, really all that hot. Whatever. They're not bad. They're not bad ladies. I'm sure they're nice ladies. I just want the show to be over, please, because no more singing. That's all. No mean stuff. I don't want to hear, and I want them to get through the plethora of people that are left. Because again, we are 1 hour and 2 minutes in, and I was in about a minute late. So they're probably about an hour and 4 minutes in, and they've yet to do anything for the city in an hour and 4 minutes. In fact, this is more pep rally than anything. You remember pep rallies as a kid, right? You were in high school. You were fucking, it was great because there was a pep rally that day. You got an hour off. They drug you into the gymnasium. You had a DJ there, and you had some cheerleaders and the football team or the basketball team, whoever the fuck it was, But I enjoyed that because I could have got out of the classroom. Here, I'm out of the classroom. I value my time now. I didn't then. Time was just time then. You know what I mean? Things were different. I was explaining that to somebody yesterday. When you're a kid, you leave all the lights on. You don't give a shit. Why? Because mom or dad's paying the bill. They're always telling you, turn the light off. Turn the light off. And then when you get older, all of a sudden you're paying for the light bill. And what do? You turn the fucking light off on yourself. Like, wait a minute. Do I need this light on? I don't really need this light on. So you didn't value it then because you were young, but you value it now. What is like about Jews? So you're saying you hate Jews. Is that what you're saying, Aaron? I mean, again, just, have the balls to say it. I tell people all the time I don't like them. Not their group. Okay? I may not like individuals, but I have the nuts to say it. Say it all the time on here. All right, there's
School Board Member Newbill. We also have with us from the Pasadena Unified School District, School Board Member Patrice McKenzie. Let's give Patrice a hand too.
I can't even.
Oh, there she
Bro
is in the
looks
back.
high. Bro looks like he just smoked a joint. Bro looks like he smoked a joint right now.
Next up, we have Councilwoman Park.
See, who's the next group?
Bigger than us.
All right, so who's the next group now? Hurry up and guess. Put it in the chat room. I'm going to say it's the... The Inuits. They're going to bring the Inuits in here and celebrate Eskimo Week. I don't know. Like, who let him be let him be the president for the day? Texas, how are you? Good to see you, cutie. Yes, there is lots of Jewish hate. Yes, lots of anti-Semitism.
All right, bigger than us is in the house.
I think a lot of it just stems from jealousy. A lot of people see how Jewish folks are, and they mainly, not all of them, but mainly get along with each other. Okay, they're willing to help each other. Same with Japanese folks. You don't see a lot of Japanese folks who hate each other and all that. Are there some? There has to be. Got to be some. But the high majority care about themselves. That's why they're successful, Japanese folks. Same with Jewish folks. They're willing to help each other out and become successful. And that's why some folks aren't as successful and could be, because mainly their group of people don't like each other.
Celebration. I am really excited to kick us off in another special presentation. For those of you who may not know It's Bigger Than Us, let me just say, It's Bigger Than Us is doing the kind of grassroots work that every city needs, meeting people where they are and helping them move forward. I'm proud to welcome Tyrone Nance and his team to City Council today. What began in 2020 as a community-driven response to poverty and discrimination in South LA has grown into something truly remarkable and much bigger. They are now a citywide movement helping families put food on the table, guiding students towards opportunity, and most recently, lifting up people impacted by the devastating fires on January 7th.
Yeah, that you haven't helped at all.
From resource fairs
you haven't done anything for them.
Tax prep program.
And by the way, there was a fire concert, an aid, for fire victims. And now the fire victims are asking the concert, hey, where's our money? You took in all this money and nobody got a penny of it. And it was supposed to all go to fire victims. So where's that money?
Shop for relief in the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw community. They created a space for wellness, recovery, and community, all under one roof. And then they brought those same services to Oakwood in my district, helping displaced residents with everything from taxes to housing support. They've also supported students and families at Brentwood Science Magnet, which is now serving Palisades Elementary School, again, bringing joy, connection, and healing. And I can tell you, we're not done. We're just getting started. And It's Bigger Than You. CD11 is proud to be your partner, and we look forward to doing more together in the weeks and months ahead. We have a video that we'd like to show that showcases just a fraction of what they've been up to in the neighborhood.
So you're telling me other people had to get out and do it themselves. Other folks had to get out and do it themselves because they saw you not doing a fucking thing. So they had to get out there and do that. So shout out to them for helping their own communities when the people that are paid to run the community sat on their fucking hands. Sad deal, man. Sad deal. So the fire aid netted $100 million, but yet nobody's gotten not a dollar of it. It's been 4 fucking months since that fire. Over 3 since the concert. Over 3 since the concert. Yeah, they're playing music. That's why I can't play it.
Fire victims.
See that music behind it? It's going to get me caught. I can't do it. All right, everybody.
Smoke.
It's sad that these folks saw nothing happening and they had to get out and do some stuff for the community when the community, and then this cringe ass idiot over here, just like, it's no different than Tiffany Hinyard, just without, all the theft. That's all it is. She's fucking Tiffany Hinyard 2.0.
Rainy day. We were worried about attendance and was anyone going to show up and was this going to be worth our time? But I'll tell you what, you turned up the music, you brought the joy, and we decided that we were going to day dance that afternoon at Oakwood. And I got to tell you, it was just an absolute pleasure to get to be there and to witness your acts of service that have lifted up my constituents and residents in an unprecedented time of need. Thank you so much. It's now my honor to turn the microphone over to our esteemed council president, Marquise Harris-Dawson.
Thank you so much. Another big round of applause to Councilwoman Tracy Park for bringing this presentation to us. It's bigger than us. There's a lot to say about them. They started in 2020. They worked through the pandemic, lining up to help people when and where they need it. And there's a lot to appreciate about this organization. The thing I appreciate most, and I try to remind Tyrone to never lose this energy, they do not wait for permission. They don't wait for a grant. They don't wait for a city council motion. They just do the work that needs to be done. And if they need more people, they call more people. If they need resources, they call us and say, we need resources. In the case of the fires in the Palisades, they called us and they said, well, we need some help because we're going to collect goods and we need a place to put them. And so we helped them find a place. I think either in 10 or 8 of our districts we found a place. And then like less than 10 days later, they were like, well, we need much more space now. And they ended up in the closed Sears department store in the Baldwin Hills Mall full of resources, but also services for folks who needed help for the fires. And so that's the kind of spirit I think that I'm most proud of for It's Bigger Than Us, and most grateful for their service to South Los Angeles and the broader Los Angeles community. Councilwoman Hutt of the 10th District.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I want to thank Councilwoman Tracy Park for bringing this incredible community organization to Chambers today. Tyrone and Molly are family in CD10. They have been making sure that constituents get things they don't even know they needed for many, many years. And I really appreciate their incredible work. I want to call it It's Bigger Thinking Than Us, because they go outside the box to get things done. Every single day, It's Bigger Than Us provides essential relief to so many families, providing food, diapers, essential goods and services. But they go far beyond charity because they also work to empower our community. It's Bigger Than Us lives up to its powerful moniker by actively engaging our community.
It went to the mayor and a few others. That's all I could guess.
That's shaping a lasting legacy for Los Angeles that demands this kind of commitment out of every single one of us.
People that ran the concert.
Through their work, they inspire Angelinos to build
I didn't write the article, right?
Future. But what makes the organization truly remarkable isn't just what they do, it's how they do it with empathy and respect and with family. And on any given Friday, you could see Tyrone's mom out there making sure people are getting what they need. Every meal served, every door open is a statement that everyone deserves a chance, and that our collective humanity is not only
he needs to press this jacket.
Is only as strong as our compassion for one another.
That jacket needs a good
when
pressing.
The fires broke that following weekend, I went to their very small place on Crenshaw, and it was humanity at its best, where people who were not impacted by any fires were coming to bring brand new, fresh things, diapers, clothes with tags, water, things that they felt like they could give. And that was a repository in the community because they are a trusted resource. When the fire struck, It's Bigger Than Us rose to the occasion. If you let Tyrone tell it, he'll remind you that he woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning talking about, I got to do something. And that's what we saw him do. Really, he witnessed suffering,
I got
and he offered solace, driven by a core belief in building legacy of meaningful change. And so Molly and Tyrone, I want to thank you for your continuously acting with purpose and driving our community forward in love.
I mean, isn't it wrinkly? Look at the arm on the jacket. Doesn't it look kind of wrinkly up there?
A commitment to our city, and sets a powerful standard for all of us. I'm so glad that Councilwoman Parker is acknowledging you both today and the entire organization. And I also want to say that the folks that volunteer for the organization are so amazing that if you ever go there, you might want to steal one. Oh, I think I did. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hutt.
Tyrone's mom is driving an S-Class Benz.
I just want to tell the story, Tyrone, of how you and I first met, because I think it's really indicative of who you and Molly and your entire organization are. I did not know Tyrone and It's Bigger Than Us back in the old days of 2024. We had never met before.
You think the jacket's too small?
And not long after the January fires,
probably doesn't wear it too much.
My team and I were
out one of those things where he thought it looked good then, and then he bought it, and he's like, "Man, I don't even know why I bought this."
Be out there on social media.
I've had a few purchases like that, not of suits, but
he came all the way out there to work with us and participate in our cleanup. Now, and when Tyrone came up to me and introduced himself, it was with intention, and it was in service to helping the thousands of my constituents and friends and neighbors that he had never met before. And when we agreed that we would partner up and start trying to do some things together, you know, I was hopeful that he would show up, but he didn't just show up, he showed up big. Him and Molly and the entire team, and they have continued to show up. And not just doing resource fairs, doing beach cleanups, answering every call, looking for what needs to be done and doing those things without being asked to do. And that is the kind of leadership that we need in our city of Los Angeles, and what makes it such an incredible honor on behalf of the city,
he got a frame.
Council, and Mayor
Jewish folks only got an old peachy folder, and I don't know if the Hapa's got anything. Did anybody see the Hapas get anything?
Incredible work that you've done to support Angelinos. Thank you so much.
Oh wait, no, Hapa. I want to say DJ Hapa got a frame.
Councilwoman Hutt, Council President Marquise Harris Dawson for bringing this very important organization to us today. I had the pleasure of meeting Tyrone and Molly on the ground. They were in the Baldwin Hills at the time, Lemert Park, gathering truckloads of supplies. And then we traveled to Altadena to pass those supplies out, as they had done over and over and over again. And finally, the
got a frame, right, Oscar?
Now in Baldwin Hills.
Just remembered now.
Very unique spot.
So there you go.
Designed, I think, by Molly.
They didn't cater to the Jewish folks today.
So again, just thank you for
your service. We got 2 old peachy folders while everybody else got a frame.
Power, and you serve.
No gold frames, though.
It's been very effective.
Who's getting the gold frame?
Keep up the work. Thank you.
Are we done yet, guys?
To say a few words.
Hour and 20 minutes up into this joint, we ain't got a fucking thing done.
Good morning, and thank you so much for this incredible recognition. On behalf of It's Bigger Than Us, I want to extend our deepest gratitude to Councilwoman Tracy Park and her entire office.
That's it, lower. That's it.
And also want to say thank you to Councilwoman Heather Hutt, Council President Marquise Dawson, and also Councilman Curran Price as well. Thank you all for your
I wonder
your
how they decide who gets a frame, and then who gets a gold frame, and who gets an Opeachy folder. Wonder what
everybody across the city has been incredibly helpful in their leadership and servitude. As a founder of this great organization, born and raised in South Central, a proud Angelino and a proud graduate of Crenshaw High School, and now operating our headquarters in the very community I was able to grow up in, is truly a dream. It means everything to me. Now we're reaching the entire city, and we continually go deeper.
This is
as
why,
we're
Jay
building
Davis.
These relationships.
Absolutely.
And so, being a servant leader and having
I'm going to give you 20 minutes of public comment after this.
Has been truly a journey, and
that's why I call them communists, because that's what they are.
It's an honor to stand here with
they want to hear what they want to hear.
COO.
They don't support anybody. They're not
some of
for
our
anybody.
Volunteers to talk about
they've done nothing for the city.
To talk about what it means to bridge the gaps. In order to bridge gaps, you need bridge builders, and so
there isn't one part of the city, not one district that's clean and beautiful and running properly.
It looks like working with community partners. And
doesn't have lights that are out, garbage everywhere, graffiti everywhere,
and we're
fucking homeless campmen on every fucking corner.
Not just for us, but
every
for
goddamn
all of our
district
partners
has that.
And the
some worse
we get
than
to
others.
Serve. And we look forward to continue doing great work in this city and standing alongside you all. Thank you so much for the recognition.
Yeah, they did, Beej.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
He did.
Thank you so much.
I really think it was honoring him and the Hapas.
Bigger than us. Let's give it up again for an outstanding
like I said, I have no problem
community-based organization.
Folks are fantastic.
Doing the right thing for the right purpose.
Always nice.
Okay, we're going to transition to our next presentation.
Holy shit, we got a whole nother one.
CD10.
So this is 4? Yeah.
In commemoration of Malcolm X's 100th birthday.
Okay, and again, he didn't like you guys either, Malcolm X. Read up on it. Nor did MLK Senior or Junior, but nor did Malcolm. But somehow, some way, you guys, he's rolling over in his grave right now.
Birthday of Malcolm X. I'm excited to welcome 2 individuals who've dedicated themselves and most of their
knew what you guys were up to.
Preserving and promoting the legacy of Malcolm X, and that's Mr. Andre Parvenu and Mr. Torrance Brandon Reese. For the past 33 years, Andre and Tori have been instrumental in organizing and sustaining the Los Angeles Malcolm X Festival.
Yeah, he did, Stu.
The festival, which began in 1993, is a living testament to Malcolm X's enduring influence. It offers an eclectic mix of music, poetry, spoken word, fashion, art, literature, and film.
And so did
a space for
Martin Luther King Sr.
and critical conversations that ensure that the powerful legacy
the
of
doctor's
the
dad
iconic
knew
human
it.
rights
Told
leader
his son.
remains alive
Don't believe
and
that.
relevant. The Malcolm X Festival introduces Malcolm X.
I'm sure if it ever comes to light, which it probably never will,
it connects young
nor any of
people
these other
with his
lists, we'll
ideas,
figure out
his
and find out who
passion,
really
his
did,
unwavering commitment
delete
human
him.
dignity. It reminds us
I'd be
all
willing
of
to
our
put my
own
money on
power
it.
and how, if we believe in the change we seek, anything is possible. But what I'm most excited about is that Malcolm X's legacy will be cemented in the landscape of our city. Mr. Tory and Mr. Andre have had a dream for over 3 decades to honor Malcolm X with a street that bears his name. And tomorrow that dream will become a reality.
Where's Malcolm X Street?
On Saturday, we will unveil Malcolm X Way, dedicating a 5-mile stretch of Crenshaw Boulevard to this extraordinary man. As your councilwoman, I'm deeply moved and inspired when we have the opportunity
the Shaw is going to be
pay
Malcolm
homage
X Way?
to the people and places that have shaped our journey and paved the way for progress we strive for even today. The Malcolm X Way will be more than a street name. It's a recognition of its profound impact on our community, our city, and our world.
Florence.
Thank you. Now, Andre, you're going to speak?
So I guess they're doing like they did, they used to have a rodeo, and they renamed it Obama Boulevard.
As a former city planner here, I've seen a lot of individuals honored in this very same room. And after leaving city planning, I began working as a state commissioner, and I've had the opportunity now to work with this wonderful organization, Family Incorporated, that in my view, is one of the most proactive community-oriented organizations in this city. So it's my honor to be here, and I've seen a lot of acknowledgments in this very same room after working for the city for 15 years. And I never thought that I would be here to be honored. Again, my name is Msunga Mbele Andre Parvenu. I've come here and I've seen it, like I said, a lot of people acknowledge. It's so good and to be acknowledged for doing something good in my good work in this community than have my name mentioned in adjournment. So it's a real pleasure being here, and I want to thank Councilwoman Hutt, Councilmember Hutt, for taking this on, and we're doing some good work, and we want you all to come out and support our further efforts along the corridor. So thank you again. All right. All right.
Well, some people would actually confuse. See, they got a frame
for Andre in recognition of
everybody but the Jews. All right, my Jewish folks, man, sorry.
I think we have a couple members on the queue.
I'm honestly wondering that. Like, who decides whether they get the O-Pee-Chee folder, the cherry wood frame, or the gold frame? Okay, who decides? Like, what is the determining factor? I'm just wondering. It's weird. I mean, it's kind of, you'd figure that if you're going to do that, you would just frame them all, right? You know what I'm saying? Just give everybody the cherry wood overstock frames from Michaels that they didn't want. Makes sense. You get a good deal on those. Nobody wanted them. They buy them in bulk. They get rid of them at pennies on the dollar. Most people aren't going to put it up anyways with that frame. They're probably going to go to Michael's and get it reframed. Right. Yeah, man, can you take off the overstock one and give me like one of the nice black ones, please?
Giving thanks to our ancestors, giving thanks to our elders, and giving thanks to our higher power. Thank you for allowing us to be here today. I want to thank City Councilwoman Heather Hutt
coin flip.
for having the tenacity and the courage and the love
people just lose
to deal with the legacy of Malcolm X. Let's give her a round of applause.
Told you, bro. Tails never
Thank
fails.
Councilman Marquise Harris Dawson. Thank everybody here who voted for this initiative. And we'd like to say that the impetus behind this whole thing, the major inspiration for this whole Malcolm X legacy piece that we do is for the youth.
I think it's 3K.
Malcolm once said, of all our studies, history is best qualified to reward our research.
I would bet it's somewhere around 200 to 300.
As we move forward, looking back to know that where we're going, what direction we're going in, we are very honored to be here today, and we hope that everybody can embrace everybody's ideologies and ideas in peace, in love, and in harmony. That's the only way humanity will move forward. Up, up, and never down. Peace, love, and soul. Thank you.
Peace, love, and soul. I like that. Peace, love, and soul.
Okay, I think we got President Harris Dawson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Councilwoman Hutt, for bringing this presentation today. And thank you all for your work around Malcolm X Way. I know it feels like you all have been at this before either Councilwoman Hutt or I were even in office. I remember going to meetings about it many, many years ago. And, Andre Provernu and Tori, you guys just pounding and pounding and pounding and doing the work to get this done. Because you recognize the importance of it, a few things about Malcolm X that are important for us today. One is Malcolm X did a lot in Los Angeles that doesn't get publicized a lot. It didn't make the movie, and it's not the parts that are highlighted in the book. But, along Central Avenue, along police reform, Malcolm X actually did a lot of work in the city of Los Angeles that every Angelino ought to be proud of that history. And also, at different points in time in history, popular culture rejects people like Malcolm X because they talk tough and directly to white supremacy and are uncompromising in their analysis of the political situation that we find ourselves in.
What does it cost you, Richard, per award, do you know?
When it's popular and when it's not popular is an important gift to all of us that I hope generations to come in this city are able to appreciate, realize, and act on. So thank you all so much.
Thank you. Hugo?
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. President. Councilmember Hutt, thank you so much for doing this today. And thank you
still on trial.
Celebrating the birthday of Malcolm X. I've shared this quite a bit. Malcolm X is my number one hero. When I think of all the activists and all the folks that have tried to change this world, he is my favorite because when I read the autobiography of Malcolm X, it really resonated with so much of my upbringing. Someone who had to see so much trauma as a child, someone who got in trouble with the law and constantly reimagining himself and recreating himself every single time. He was dedicated to learning and reading and always willing to accept new facts and changing his opinion until his very last breath. He displayed that, and if you haven't read that book, I just really recommend it to folks. It really will display how racism and white supremacy really shows up in so many communities, because and of course in the Black community, because no community has been harmed as much.
Thank you so much.
And if you ever visit my apartment, you're gonna see a really big picture of Malcolm X. It oversees me every single day.
Seafood, some scrunts.
And I want to share my favorite quote. It's of Malcolm X. It's one that I think about a lot.
Enjoy your meal.
But this is what it says. It says, if you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and you pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. If you pull it out all the way, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that the blow made, and America won't even admit that there is a knife. And I love that quote, because it's not just about, it's about undoing all the harm that this country has done to the Black community, and also the Native American community and the Latino community. So many communities have been harmed by this ideology of white supremacy. And so, Councilmember Hyatt, you brighten my day even more.
Who started the white
after
supremacy?
the music. So thank you so much, and everyone who's here today. Thank you.
Shouldn't you say you're sorry?
Councilmember Price.
It was your group that started it all.
Thank you, Mr. President. Councilwoman Hutt, thank you for bringing these warriors to our council today. And as Council President referenced, we know that Tori and Andre have been at this for a long, long time. And I see Dr. Robinson.
Lots of race baiters always up in this joint. This is the home of the Victim Olympics.
Evolution.
All right, here we go.
Smoke.
Really brought greater acceptance and understanding to Malcolm. His words, his wisdom. You know, we see the clips now, and you know, he's not such a radical. He's right in line with the thinking of what needs to be done, and how Black people need to come together. And so we just really appreciate that. This Malcolm X way is
funny. Somebody was just telling you an hour ago about how one group
of Central
thrives because they come together. They love each other. They support each other.
Legacy and a part of the spirit.
I don't know who that was, but they're pretty smart.
Made a big difference. He was certainly a advocate, a civil rights advocate, but as we know now, he was a great American, and he made a difference. Thank you.
Councilmember Jurado.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Hutt, and all of the advocates here for honoring Malcolm.
And many slaves were owned by Black folks. There's Black folks that had slaves. No trip.
And really try to imbue intercommunalism in the kind
There's
of
only one
leadership
president
that we have here
that
and
ended
City
up being
Council.
Republican that had a slave. And that was Ulysses S. Grant. He had slaves as a Democrat.
I take that responsibility.
He became a Republican and freed his slaves.
And so standing
Now
with
the
my
story
colleagues,
goes.
and so I recognize the importance of this moment for
there's
liberation
that.
And self-determination.
Every slave-owning
is
president
part of that, and the
was
memorializing of Malcolm X. To have us never forget is so important. So, Councilmember,
and there's never been any slaves in the state that I'm in.
Thank you for your continued work and diligence. To the advocates here for making
California was not a slave state.
Seen, heard, and making this permanent change in our city. So, thank you.
I mean, fuck.
Thank you, Councilmember Hutt.
We're not even that old.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, colleagues, for your kind words of inspiration. Thank you for your dedication to bringing our city to a whole. And members, you know,
I don't know who the guys
the
and girls in the orange are. I don't know.
Today.
They're probably airport workers.
Councilwoman Rahman said it earlier. It really feels good.
He did free the slaves.
Place where everyone is seen and acknowledged for
Lincoln
their
released
contributions to making this a really beautiful city. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Shout out to Captain Ibrahim Traoré.
I thought he was going to say shout out to Smoking Scan. How awesome that dude would be.
All right. Thank you all so much. We'll move to our next presentation.
Holy shit.
Another very, very special presentation this morning, led by our own Councilwoman Rahman of the 4th District.
The Jews. Shout out to the Jewish folks. We got the folks here that for Malcolm X. We're on 4 now.
Back here one more time. Because we wanted to take this opportunity because of
the missing one.
Yeah, come join us.
This is 4, right?
Because today marks, well, Wednesday marked the 90th birthday of our very own Griffith Observatory.
It's not 6. No
So
way.
just
it's either
wanna-
4 or 5. I think it's just 4.
I have the distinct
Finish
privilege of representing Griffith Park, including Griffith Observatory, a remarkable institution.
These folks,
It
and
is
that's
the
4.
most visited public observatory on the planet, with 1.8 million visitors annually, an incredible number. And it manages to host this number of visitors under the leadership of Dr. Krupp, who is here with us today, who is an incredible and knowledgeable ambassador for the city and for the observatory itself. He is
They're
he's gonna speak in a couple
LADOT.
of
That's who
moments,
the
and I just
people are
wanted
on
to
the orange. I
share,
can see it now.
A few facts about
Department of
Griffith's history.
Transportation.
The observatory
Ticket writers
has many
parking enforcement.
moments in not just LA's history, but
There's
in
an
our
accident or
country's
lights
history.
out, they'll direct
In 1942, World War II military pilots trained in the planetarium
getting
theater
cut.
to learn how to navigate by the stars.
Heavy cuts.
In 1955, the observatory was showcased in the classic film Rebel Without a Cause, starring James Dean in his very first role. From 1966 to 1967, Apollo astronauts trained there in the planetarium, again, to understand more about our stars. And in 1985, Halley's Comet brought unprecedented crowds to the observatory, with more people viewing the comet here than anywhere else. And I could go on and on. I think for those of us who live in Los Angeles and who visit Griffith Park and who visit the observatory, my memories, and so many of our memories of visiting this observatory, are shrouded in a special dreamlike light in our minds. If you've ever been there at sunset, you know how mystical and beautiful that experience is, whether it is just from going there to start your hikes, or as I did a couple of weeks ago with my kids to earn their first Cub Scout badge. And the very presence of the location makes it a place which lifts you up. Even if you're not looking through its telescope, it brings you closer to the stars.
Please.
And this week I had the privilege on Wednesday of joining the observatory for an anniversary celebration. Thousands of people gathered over the course of the day to celebrate, and we watched together as the sun set, accompanied by a Chumash song, and it was really, really remarkable. And as we head into a time where we are hoping that millions of more tourists will be visiting our city for various big events, we know that many of them will be coming to the observatory as well, because it is such a big part of Los Angeles. And as we're considering a very tough budget process, I can't help but underscore how important it is that we ensure that the observatory and Griffith Park around it has the support that it needs from this city to host all of those visitors responsibly and to showcase Los Angeles at its most magnificent. And with that, I want to wish the observatory once again a very happy 90th birthday. Invite Dr. Krupp to say a few words, and also to tell everyone around the horseshoe that you have a special gift bag from the Griffith Observatory on your desks today in that galaxy light kind of, material. And welcome to Dr. Krupp.
Thank you, Councilmember Rahman.
Dr. Kraut, did he come from Germany?
Dawson, honorable council members, I do thank you for this acknowledgement of Griffith Observatory's 90th anniversary. The observatory opened to the public on May 14th, 1935, and during the last 9 decades it became and remains, as you heard from the council member, the most visited public observatory on Earth, actually in the whole solar system. Probably in the entire Milky Way galaxy. As the hood ornament of Los Angeles, the observatory is known throughout the world. It attracts, as you've heard, nearly 1.8 million visitors a year from all over the planet, from all over Southern California, from all over Los Angeles, and it has been in so many motion pictures it really should have a star down on the boulevard. The observatory is not, however, just a pretty face. It has, for 90 years, put people eyeball to the universe and inspired them to observe, ponder, and understand the sky. So it's not just about astronomy. It's about astronomy and people. It's about meaning, community, perspective, and wonder. And as you know, Griffith Observatory is owned and operated by the City of Los Angeles Department of Recreation and Parks and is partnered with Griffith Observatory Foundation, the observatory's nonprofit organization for development and advocacy. I am privileged to be joined today by General Manager
I do
of
like his
Recreation
tie,
Parks,
though.
Jimmy
It's the
Kim,
Milky Way.
and Griffith Observatory Foundation President
his
Don
tie?
Khan, and Griffith Observatory Foundation Executive Director Elizabeth Greenway, and of course, essential members of the observatory staff and supporters. The City of Los Angeles shares with the world an educational facility, an historic and architectural landmark, a field trip destination for more than 25,000 fifth grade students each year, a powerhouse live stream internet broadcaster that reaches millions online, and an astronomical tourist attraction like no place else on Earth. Per the terms of Colonel Griffith's will and gift, admission is free, and that attracts and serves visitors as diverse as the faces in our communities, in fact, as the faces we've all seen today. We are then thinking cosmically, acting locally, and visible worldwide. Thank you for your enthusiasm, your confidence, and your support.
That's the guy from James
We'll
Bond.
see you on
I can't
May
remember his
14th,
name. The killer from James
2035
Bond.
for the centennial.
Thank you so much. And before we present them this resolution from the city on this 90th anniversary, I did want to also recognize that we have Mark Pine here, who's the deputy director, who's also manning the telescope, which is on the third floor pedestrian bridge. We have Vanessa Alarcon, Pixie Iwata, Christine Arakaki, who are also here with us today. And I wanted to just welcome all of them to our chambers and thank them for all that they do to keep this beautiful facility sparkling and welcoming for so many visitors annually. And I just wanted to, on this occasion, present you with a resolution signed by all of the members of the LA City Council.
Ooh, he's getting a
Happy 90th birthday, Griffith Observatory.
All right, we have a speaker on the queue, Councilwoman.
How do you not give the fucking observatory a gold one? How do you not give them a gold one?
I just wanted to take a moment, Dr. Krupp, to thank you for being such an important steward and an LA treasure, for everything that you do to keep the observatory a place where, and all of you, for all of your contributions, but a place that, frankly, so many Angelenos come to enjoy on the daily. But more importantly, you are as much of an LA treasure to the observatory as Tom LaBonge has always been, the caretaker for Griffith Park. And so I just want to thank you for dedicating yourself to keeping this wonderful LA treasure open, active, and really a place where people continue to learn. But you are, sir, a remarkable treasure for us, and for that we are grateful. Thank you so much for your service to our wonderful city. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Councilmember McCosker.
Thank you so much, Councilmember, for this. It's so great. This is one of the most iconic images in the world, or as the doctor would say, in the solar system. But you left out one gigantic piece of history that really shaped my youth, the laserium. Remember the laserium? Oh, come on, you gotta remember it. In the late 70s, it was the coolest thing to do in all of Los Angeles. I will tell you how cool it was. No one ever invited me. But it was the thing.
Head, they couldn't see around, they couldn't see the lasers
introduce a lot of
around
folks
your
to
head.
the observatory. Thank you and happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Mr. McCosker. And to all of the team at the Griffith Observatory, I just want to also, on behalf of the whole council, thank you for maintaining and growing this treasure for the city of Los Angeles. You know, in this council, we've had a lot of conversations about tourism and the drop in tourism in the city over the past few years.
Hour,
if you
45
go to
minutes
Griffith
in, no
Observatory,
work.
You would never know that that's happening.
No. Almost 2 hours in, no
the
work.
observatory is always full of people. You hear a dozen different languages as you're walking through if you ear hustle and you watch as I do. And the Griffith Observatory does not disappoint, no matter where in the earth you come from to see it. And so that's a special gift that you give to the city of Los Angeles. So on behalf of the council, thank you, and props on a great tie for today's presentation.
Thank you so much, Council President, and to all of you for acknowledging the role that Griffith Observatory plays in defining LA, in being one of the most iconic pieces of Los Angeles. And Councilmember Rodriguez, you mentioned Tom LaBonge. I talked about my relationship to him on Wednesday when I was at the observatory for the actual anniversary event. And I just wanted to say to everybody on this body who knew him personally, whenever I go to Griffith Park, it is when I feel my strongest connection to him, and I wish that he could still be here so that I could have a guide and a mentor to navigating how to govern this city with the joy and the verve and the spirit that he brought to it. I miss him, and thank you, Griffith Observatory, for helping me acknowledge his place in our history as well. Thank you all so much.
Man. Let's go already. Who's next?
All right, that concludes our presentations for this morning.
Fourth presentation.
Mr. City Attorney, Mr. Clerk, can we prepare for public comment?
Yes, Mr. President. The council may now proceed to general public
1 hour
comment.
45 in.
And the only item that was
look
on
who's
the
back.
agenda
Grote.
was
already
had a hearing
name?
held and was voted on, so it's just general public comment.
Favel.
So when members of the public come up to the podium, they'll have 1 minute to speak on anything within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city.
Fucking Favel. He's
All
back.
right, we'll begin calling out names now.
Grote's at work. Grote's defending
Tim
the city.
Dodd, Brian Brinson, Nareesh Bhakta, Christopher Martinez.
Okay, so 1:45 is an important time. That's when we're starting now. Okay. Really 1:46. Yeah, 1:46. So we're going to call it 1:47 by the time this first speaker even gets up here. So I want to see exactly how long we get. No one has spoken yet.
And if the interpreter would be kind enough to say this to the audience.
We're an hour and 47.
If you want Spanish language interpretation, every
Now.
so often please stop so that the interpreter can interpret for us. Hi, Speaker.
No, I forgot his name.
Intérprete, si requiere interpretación de español a inglés, por favor, dé una pausa después de cada frase para permitir la interpretación. Gracias.
He's been defending the city in
Please
lawsuit
begin.
after lawsuit.
Good morning. Almost noon now. Council,
Almost
the immigrant
noon now.
story and
right.
ours too. Council members often speak about hotel workers as a reflection of the immigrant story in Los Angeles. But please don't forget that we are also immigrants. We came to this country with a little and risked to build a small and a family-run hotels, often with our own hands and savings. Our story is just much as a part of the American dream. This policy paints all hotels with the same brush, ignoring the fact that many of us are independent, immigrant-owned, and small businesses, not $1 billion corporations. We need your support in carrying us out from this huge burden going to be to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello, Speaker. The floor is yours. You have a minute.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Tim Dodd. I'm here to provide public comment and on item 3. I am a licensed and legal cannabis operator. Paid over $8 million in city taxes to the city of Los Angeles, and I employ 200 people who are all USCW certified. How are we supposed to survive as one of 400 licensed stores in Los Angeles when we're forced to compete against 4,000 unlicensed shops with a 40% tax advantage? LA is a mess. The DCR is broken. The apathy shown to us as a licensed and legal industry last night by the Cannabis Commission was appalling. You've heard us, legal operators, equity businesses, community advocates. We've asked for enforcement. We've begged for action. You have done nothing. You've failed our most vulnerable entrepreneurs, our black and brown-owned businesses, the very people your social equity program was supposed to uplift. The city could have led. It's failed. We don't need more reports or task forces. We need action. We need it now. DCR does not need a pay increase. Freeze the taxes, freeze the zoning, and enforce the law. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Other way. Other way, bro.
Hi, Speaker. Please begin.
General public comments on item number 3, please.
Item 3 is in the special. We'll get to that later. Right now, it's just general public comment.
Gotcha. My name is Christopher Martinez. I'm a social equity stakeholder in District 10. We're just asking for a little bit of respect and your time to listen to us as stakeholders. We're sounding the alarm and need you guys to take corrective action to revive the dying industry that has supported this city by providing 17% of the total business tax revenue when we're a mere 0.3% of the total businesses. For the past 3 months, we've been calling for a collaborative conversation with CRC about the dire state of the local cannabis industry and the urgent need for a tax decrease to keep the industry alive. Instead of engaging with operators on the ground who are struggling to survive, DCR has chosen to create a narrative focused on self-preservation, not common solutions. LA should lead by example. Now DCR is attempting to justify a 147% cost increase, putting that burden on our backs. It's not just a missed opportunity here. DCR and taxes are the knife in our back. We're asking for you to help take it out and heal the wound that is causing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before the next speaker begins, I will call more names. Mike Covington, Grace Pickering, Jamie Rodriguez, and Angelica Salas.
And when you come up, it doesn't matter what order you speak in, but please don't come up until your name is called. So, Speaker, you have a minute. The floor is yours.
My name is Brandon Brinson, the owner of Green Paradise, located at 1119 South La Brea in District 10. That's Heather Hutch District. Council, I'm urging you to vote no on Jason Kill Everybody Killeen fee study. The fee study is they're stealing. This man and his cult at the DCR have stolen every single cent promised to small businesses like mine. His colleague Andrew Westhall just tried to assault me in the hallway because he hates the pressure of what he's done. Y'all have fucked up my business, my family, my life, all because of this stupid ass program y'all told us to be a part of. I share a wall with an illegal store that I tell y'all constantly about that you haven't done shit about yet. None of Jason Killeen's fee study is correct. It's all a lie, just like this social equity scam program. I promise to God, and I pray to God, that Andrew Westhall, Herb Weston, Marquise Harris Dawson, Kat Packer, and Jason Killeen and Imani Brown are all investigated by the FBI for the harm they have caused to the very people this program was meant to help.
Thank you.
Shout out to that man right there. I believe every word he's saying.
Smoke. Hi, Speaker. You have a minute. Please begin.
Yes. Good morning, City Council members. My name is Angelica Salas, Executive Director of CHIRLA, and I am gathered here with our members from CHIRLA. Today, I'm here to urge the City Council to save the Represent LA program that has been excluded from the mayor's proposed budget. The program was created to provide legal representation to immigrant Angelenos and to protect them from attacks and intimidations of the federal administration in 2017. It was funded at $1 million. Under the current Trump administration, there are arrests, disappearances, and mass deportations. More than ever, we need to protect our constitutional right to due process. The current memo recommendation strips the city's funding from Represent LA, putting us on a path to ending the program and current recipients of the program losing representation. Immigrants contributed $53 billion in the economy to the federal, state, and local taxes, and they have incredible spending power. That should be enough to fund $1 million for this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Mr. Acabano.
Hi, Speaker. You have a minute. Please begin.
Thank you. My name is Jamie Rodriguez. I'm a social equity owner, and my dispensary has been open for 1.5 years. I'm here to tell you that there are a lot of issues with how we're regulated. However, the single biggest challenge to operating a dispensary in the city of Los Angeles is the taxes. I work hard to educate people on the benefits and safety on buying legally, but it's difficult when the city is slow to close down illegal shops and our prices are automatically almost double because of the amount of taxes you're requiring them to pay. People are struggling financially all over, and they aren't going to pay for something they can get tax-free somewhere else. It's making the value of our licenses worth nothing. We're in a crisis, and we need your help. Allow us to continue the supposed opportunity by the city and lower the cannabis tax rate to less than 1%. Thank you.
Some people really made out because at first the licenses were really rare. So if you had one, you'd sell it for like $1 million or $2 million, you know?
Hi, speaker. You have a minute. Please begin.
Hi, my name is Grace Pickering, and I work at Fig Trees, a licensed social equity dispensary here in our city. I'm here today because I love my job and I care deeply about the community we serve. Fig Trees provides safe access to cannabis, supports equality in this industry, and creates real jobs for real people, including me. But right now we're struggling to survive under the weight of the overwhelming taxes. If something doesn't change, Fig Trees may be forced to close, and I, along with 10 of our coworkers, will lose our livelihoods. This isn't just about business, it's about people. It's about equity, and it's about the promises made to communities like ours who are meant to have a fair shot in this space. We are asking you to please reconsider the tax structure, give small dispensaries like ours a fighting chance, help us stay open, stay employed, and continue serving the community we are proud to be a part of.
Is that Fist?
Thank you for your consideration.
Is that Fist?
Thank you.
Before the next speaker begins,
picture?
I will call 3 more names: Brandy Brown, Isabel Beltran, Elizabeth Rivera.
Hi. The floor is yours. You have a minute, please.
Good morning, council members. My name is Mike Worthington.
It is, right,
I'm
Bubba?
a vertically integrated operator in District 7, represented under Monica Rodriguez. I'm here to urge you to reject the DCR's proposed 133% fee increase. These hikes come with no added value to licensees, no improved services, and no added support or any real reform. I understand the city and the state are facing budget challenges, but raising the fees and taxes on cannabis operators and consumers is not the solution. This approach is driving more businesses out of the legal market and pushing consumers back to the unregulated one. That doesn't help the city. It cuts off tax revenue and creates serious public health risks. What we need is internal accountability. There's been a clear lack of leadership and mismanagement within the agencies that oversee this industry. There's a complete disconnect between the regulators and the stakeholders. Before increasing cost on anybody who are barely hanging on, the city should conduct a full audit of the DCR.
All that
Thank
popping.
you.
Thank God you're done. Now someone can teach you how to use a fucking mic now that you're 30.
Speaker, you have a minute. Please begin.
Thank you. My name is Brandy Brown. I'm a social equity license holder. I was arrested every year of high school for consuming, and I lost a parent to the prison system under the RICO Act. So I fit the qualifications fully, fulfilled my requirements, and it's been 7 years later, and I have no store, I have no money, and I'm in tax debt, and I've been nothing but preyed upon by bad actors in this space that are allowed to operate freely. I'm left holding the tax bag, and I'm in personal debt, and I have to pay more fees if I want to remain in this business. June the 22nd, I have to pay another $3,500 fee. The fees are excessive. The taxes are ridiculous. No other industry is facing this unfair taxation that the cannabis business is going through. We want the DCR audited, we want them investigated, and we want the DCR dissolved. We want Jason Killeen resigned for waste, fraud, and abuse. Okay, we've been split up twice for a special tax meeting.
Thank you.
Twice now, thank you.
Why can't they make an announcement to not fucking get so close to the mic? You guys love to make announcements for everything, not to listen to other people's comments and anything else. But you can't fucking make a quick fucking announcement.
Hello.
Back up off the
You have a
fucking
minute.
mic.
Please begin.
Buenas tardes a todos. Mi nombre es Isabel Beltrán.
Thank you, Isabel, for knowing how to use the mic.
Y hago
Un momento, señora.
miembros del consejo
Señora
que
Beltrán,
saben el
señora
programa
Beltrán, un momento
Pausa.
para permitir la interpretación. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Isabel Beltrán, and I am from Chirla. Adelante, señora. Después de presentarse, puede empezar.
de mis raíces cultura y ser latina.
I am Latina
en
and
este
I
país.
have cultural roots
Y
from
más
Latin America.
orgullosa de ser parte de la comunidad de Los
They are
Ángeles.
And I am proud to be part of the LA community.
Pero en este momento estoy muy decepcionada porque yo recuerdo abogar por este programa desde el 2017.
And
y cada
I'm very
año nos
disappointed
han
because
salido
at this
con
moment,
la
I
misma.
remember having advocated
no saben
for
cómo
this
van
opportunity
ayudar
in
al programa, representante de
2017.
Los Ángeles.
So we're asking you to continue
Ustedes no
to
saben
help
lo feo.
to fund this program.
Ay,
Ustedes
ay,
no
ay.
saben lo feo que es ser testigo de ver la separación de una familia.
What a shit show.
Actualmente el programa tiene
stop.
casos activos y ustedes le quieren quitar.
So you don't understand. You haven't witnessed how sad it is, how ugly it is to watch a family be separated. And this program currently still has open cases.
Esa reparación que de sección tiene la oportunidad de mantener a familias unidas.
And through this reparation, we're able to keep families united and keep them together.
Reparation.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Give me money.
Gracias.
Give me money.
Before the next speaker begins, I will call a few more names.
Fantasy, you'd be angry
Melissa Tameo, Ernesto Ayala, and Judith Serlin.
You know, you'd be angry too because they tell you about this diversity and equity inclusion program to be a business owner.
Buenas tardes.
Okay, so you get in because of that.
Rivera.
Then they jack you
Good
over
afternoon. My name is Elizabeth Rivera.
Soy parte de Chirla.
because of it. You'd be
Urgo
angry.
a los miembros del consejo que salven el programa. Representa Los Ángeles.
I am representing Chirla, and I am please begging the council members to approve the motion, represent Los Angeles.
Inmigrantes hacemos más del 30% de Los Ángeles. Hemos pagado más de 53 mil millones en impuestos a nivel federal, estatal y local.
There's Rob
And
Kwan.
we
He just
immigrants
walked in.
represent more than 20% of Los Angeles, and we pay more than $50,000 in taxes at the state, federal, and local levels.
Muchos de nosotros, de una forma o de otra, venimos a luchar y a sacar a nuestros hijos adelante, aunque nos siguen poniendo trabas y en este momento estamos exigiendo un poco de lo que merecemos.
Yeah, and most of us are just trying to come out on top despite facing all these obstacles, and even then we are still trying to be here advocating to receive what we deserve.
Apoyen el programa de representar Los Ángeles con 1 millón para proteger a nuestros derechos y nuestra representación
They
universal.
did, Sam.
Gracias.
They tapped.
And support the program Represent
You got
LA
tapped in.
so that we may support our rights
Gracias.
universally all around. Thank you.
Hello. Yes, hello. My name is Ernesto Ayala. I'm one of the coordinators at the Day Labor Centers with IDEPSCA. There's a lot of talk here today about inclusion, diversity, immigrants, and the history of this city. Yet and this city proudly proclaimed itself a sanctuary city, and in 2019 proclaimed El Día del Jornalero, or Day Labor Day. Yet we are having our funds cut to these centers that provide a safe haven for migrant workers and other community members. We are asking you to please do not cut funding to our day labor centers. Keep them fully funded. Keep these centers in our community that help immigrant workers and other community members have a space where they feel safe. So again, with everything that's going, all the words that are being said here today, let's not make those empty words and slogans. Let's make them a reality in our city. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fellow members of the Roman Senate, hear me. Shall we continue to build palace after palace for the rich? Or shall we aspire to a more noble purpose and build decent housing for the poor?
Mi nombre es
How
Melissa,
does the Senate
soy
vote?
trabajadora del hogar. Vengo a pedir
Fight the poor!
para que den fondos para los centros jornaleros.
Hello, yes, my name is Melissa. I am a domestic
muy
worker at the
importante
Day
que
Labor
este-
Center, and we are asking
That's
for
how
you
the
guys
Senate's
to
voting
allocate
here today.
funds to the Day Labor Center.
Or the council.
Eso es muy importante que estén abiertos en los
Sí,
servicios,
sí.
especialmente en este momento que lo que necesitamos.
It's very important for these resource centers to stay open so that our
about
services may continue so that we may receive these services as well.
Para poder pagar la renta y los gastos de la casa
To be able to pay our rent and our living expenses
y para sobrevivir.
and to survive.
Gracias.
They brought them in so they could win the election, and they didn't. And here we are now. Now they're stuck.
Hello.
Hi. My name is Judith Serlin, and I'm with the Teamsters. I recognize the crossing guards in the room and those who are out at
Where's
the work
Stacy?
site. Crossing guards help children and their caregivers negotiate busy streets. They save lives. They're also a really important part of the neighborhood safety fabric, and they play an important role in public safety. Mayor Bass, when she provided budget and finance with instructions, said to address cost and minimize layoffs. The Budget and Finance Committee's proposal includes laying off 460 crossing guards in order to save 97 traffic officers and 54 vacant positions. Someone got the math wrong. So let's talk cost. The department has said that traffic officers will be able to do the work performed by crossing guards. Crossing guards are part-time, non-benefited employees. Traffic officers are full-time benefited. Again, you need to look at the math. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So we're 19 minutes in to public comment so far.
All right. That'll conclude. Thank you.
19 minutes.
That concludes.
That's it. That's all they gave
comment
you.
For our regular meeting. We're going to ask everybody to stop
19 fucking minutes. 19 fucking minutes.
All right, Mr. Clerk, we're going to recess the regular meeting.
For the members of the audience, we're going into the special meeting in which we'll be considering, among other things, the living wage ordinance. So you'll have another opportunity to speak on the items in the special meeting.
If I may, sir, call the roll for the special meeting. Blumenfield, Harris Dawson, Hernandez, Hunt, Jurado, Lee, McOsker, Nazarian, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky. 14 members present at quorum, Mr. President.
All right.
Fucking get him. Roast those fucking pigs at the stake.
All right, we're going to proceed with our business this morning. What's next, Mr. Clerk?
Mr. President, items 2 and 3 are items for which public hearings have not been held. An updated city attorney report and draft ordinance dated May 15, 2025 has been submitted and uploaded to council file number 14-1371-S13.
Okay, so the gentleman with the dark hair and the ponytail who's riling up the crowd, you're being warned to stop right now.
Yeah.
I believe it's Mr. Segura Bollinger.
Oh, it is him! It is fucking Fist Guy! Valley Gun Club! What do we do now?
All right, we got the gentleman with the ponytail and the black shirt has disrupted the meeting repeatedly. He's ordered removed pursuant to Rule 7.
Okay, Mr. Cigar Bollinger, you've been ordered removed. The gentleman in the center aisle right now. Mr. Segura, you've been ordered to leave quietly. You've been ordered removed from the meeting. Please leave quietly now.
No, stay there and do that for the next 25 fucking minutes. I thought that was him taking pictures. He was taking pictures of these fools. Something they were doing.
We have Ms. Bollinger, this is your second and last warning. Any further
Stacy
disruption, you'll be removed from the
her
meeting.
husband going?
Now we will begin public comment and hear
Tons
from
of
the
fun.
public on items 2 and 3 in the special
Thank you,
meeting.
Tons.
Mr. Clerk, Mr. City Attorney, if you can repair us.
Yes, Mr. President. And for the record, items 2 and 3 are items for which public hearings have not been held. An updated city attorney report and draft ordinance dated May 15th, 2025 has been submitted and uploaded to council file number 14-1371-S13 for item 3. 10 votes are required for consideration.
All right, without objection, those items are before us. We can now go take public comment on those items?
Yes, sir.
And just so for members of the public, this is a special meeting, so we're taking public comment only on the 2 items on the agenda. So
Sergeants and City Attorney, for the record, this gentleman in a black T-shirt has threatened to come to my house twice as he's exiting the building. For the record.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Kwan, so just to be clear for the members of the public, the items before us are item 2, which is an assertion of jurisdiction under Charter Section 245 of the Board of Fire Commissioners Clean Air Harbor Environmental Services Agreement. And item 3 is an ordinance first consideration and city attorney report relative to the living wage ordinance and hotel worker minimum wage ordinance, and adding and amending to the municipal code regarding increased wages and health care benefits provided to hotel and airport workers in the city. So when your name is called, please let us know which or both of the 2 items you want to speak on. You have 1 minute per item to speak. There is no general public comment, so you must speak.
So you can only speak on the 2 items that we say. No general public comment. You only got 19 minutes to speak today.
For the
you
record,
got an
folks,
hour
we're gonna
and
be
20
taking
minutes
15 minutes of
yesterday.
public
That was
comment
only
on this,
because
so
the
when your
news
name is
was
called,
there.
Please come up expeditiously.
Fucking communist
and,
pig.
give your testimony so we can get to as many
Marqueef,
speakers
you
as we can
communist
in
fucking
our 15-minute
pig.
allotted time.
I hope they do go there. Go say hello to you.
Cano, Marisol Claro, Johnny G.
Oh, Johnny G's in the house? Hell yeah. Fuck. Hold on a second. Damn, the machine freaked out for a second. Sorry about that, John. Fucking idiots, dude. All right, what time is it? 2:12.
Hi, speaker. Which item or items did you want to speak
so we're
on?
at 2:12 and a half.
Minimum wage.
You have a minute. Please begin.
Hello, my name is Vanessa Cano. I am currently the office administrator assistant at Boulevard Hotel and Studios, located in Studio City. I genuinely enjoy my job, especially the flexibility it offers me as a mother of 2 young children. I have been with Boulevard Hotel since 2019, starting as a front desk receptionist. While the idea of increasing the minimum wage sounds beneficial, particularly given the current economic climate, I am concerned about its potential impact on Boulevard Hotel and Studios. With our occupancy already being low, this change could unfortunately lead to the hotel's closure. Alternatively, to manage increased labor costs, the company might be forced to reduce staff, which could mean the loss of my position and the difficulty of finding another job that offers the same crucial flexibility I need for my family. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I'm praying, Kelly. Need another new soundbite from Johnny G.
Hi, speaker. Which item or items did you want to speak on?
Item number 3, minimum wage.
You have a minute. Please begin.
Thank you. My name is Marisol Claro. I am with Boulevard Hotel and Studios. I am the general manager. I've been with them since 2011. And though I support an increase in minimum wage, I am concerned of what this would cost to our small, limited service hotel, given the post-pandemic business that we're in now. Unfortunately, we are struggling to meet payroll currently due to tourism being down, therefore revenue and the increase of labor costs is something we cannot absorb. I understand that this is important. However, we are facing a different world when it comes to tourism for our small businesses. For the first time, we are forced to compete with the big, hotels that we didn't have to do that before. And this increase would ultimately lead to the closure of our property as small as we are, and therefore causing the loss of both my job and my staff. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for
Where the
coming
weed
down.
ass right here is filling up in the bag.
Johnny G, one of my 10 names, because I can't be called by Candido. Item 3, sir.
Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
You had to sign
Here
up as
we
his
have
buddy.
those who dream, immigrants who come here and build and learn and change. Over here we have the immigrants who work hard. But you're not learning enough. You need to learn more. But don't depend on them. Don't depend on them because they're only organizers. They're the people that supposedly represent you. But look what they do here. Look what they do here. You've brought so much disgrace to this city with the corruption, with Martinez, with others who have degraded this city.
He's not lying. Gotta
So
agree with
thank you, those of you who are immigrants who have come on both sides and who are building this city and making this a greater place to live. Thank both of you.
There's
Thank you, Mr.
Stacy
Morris.
walking in after Noodle, Noodle, Noodle.
Rob Kwan, Joe M., Nareesh Bhakta.
I'm Nareesh Bhakta. Nareesh Bhakta.
So if your name is called, please come up.
Where's
it
the
doesn't
Braille
matter
guy?
what
Is
order
it the
you
Braille
speak
guy,
in, as long
Nareesh
as your name is
Bhakta?
called.
That'd be funny. You came up as Nareesh, then all of a sudden Nareesh walks up right behind you. Wait a minute. I'm Nareesh. Wait a minute. I'm Nareesh too. No way we have the same name. I think we should do it. It'd be very fun.
Hello, Mr. Kwan. Which item or items did you
Shout out
want
to
to
Rob
speak to?
Kwan.
Just the special.
I know he's going to give him shit.
Go ahead.
Got the Lakers shirt on.
I wonder what happened. What happened on Wednesday? Why are we here? Why are we doing a do-over? And why is Fable in the big chair and not Grow? Did something happen? I mean, we just saw Marquise shut down public comment after 20 minutes. He's going to give you 15 minutes right now. Well, this is not somebody who likes public comment. He would not reopen public comment for no damn reason. So, I wonder, is anybody around the horseshoe going to talk about it? Are we going to do anything about this? I mean, you might not care about public comment, but when it comes to the Brown Act, you can really get into some trouble when you mess things up like this.
I hope they do.
And what was the rush?
Big lawsuit. Merrick Previn.
Very, very interesting. I'll just end by saying I'm happy to see the appointments, but they better be on the agenda that comes out this afternoon, or else you know what's going to happen.
Okay, thank you.
Problem is everybody will start suing.
Brian Shaw.
They won't have any money left.
Laura Esquivel. Christopher Martinez.
Pay you $2 a month for the rest of your life. That's the kind of restitution you'll get.
Stacy Segarra Bollinger.
She got kicked out, didn't she? Hope she please let her know. Please let her be in there.
Candido.
Hello.
Candido already spoke. I don't see Stacy in there.
Buenas
She left.
tardes.
¿Sobre cuáles puntos quiere hablar?
Sobre el salario olímpico.
The Olympic wage.
Olympic wage.
Adelante.
Okay. Como saben ustedes, mi nombre es Laura Esquivel y trabajo en el aeropuerto de Los Ángeles.
Didn't she
Yes,
speak
as many
already?
of you know, my name is Laura Esquivel, and I work at LAX Airport.
Estoy aquí una vez más para darles y agradecerles a las personas que votaron por nosotros.
I am once again here to give to give a thank you to all the people who voted for us,
Y darles gracias porque esto se llevó a cabo y se hizo justicia para los trabajadores del aeropuerto.
and thank them because this was carried out and justice was given for the airport workers of Los Angeles.
Estamos una vez más aquí
We are once again here,
dando gracias por el gran cambio que hicieron y por la justicia que se hizo hacia nosotros los trabajadores.
we are here saying thank you to you for the big change that was made giving justice to all the workers.
Aunque algunas personas que ya sabemos quiénes no estuvieron de acuerdo.
Even though some people, and we know who those people were not in agreement with this.
Solo quiero decirles que por humanidad y respeto, nosotros somos seres humanos y nos merecemos un salario mejor para nuestras familias.
And I just want to say, with humanity and respect, that we are human beings and we deserve a fair wage so that we may support our families
un mejor cuidado médico,
and better medical coverage,
ya que nosotros somos los que estamos enfrente
because we are the ones in the front lines
y nosotros hacemos que el aeropuerto funcione.
and we make the airport function.
Gracias y que Dios los bendiga.
Thank you, and God
Gracias.
bless you all.
Ishman Baber, Ray Patel, Kishan H, Johnny G.
Hi, which
all the
items did
same
you want to speak on?
2 or 3, but I'll probably be about 20 seconds.
Okay, please go ahead.
Counselors, this is more directed to you. There's issues going on, are not accommodating individuals in the public in the horseshoe. And I'll send you an email accordingly, unless you want Mr. Grote to be the lead on this or someone else. It needs to be addressed. It doesn't mean someone has to drop everything to accommodate. There just needs a different process because there's certain deputies with certain council offices that think that the ADA is exempt from public government,
Okay.
and that needs to stop.
Send me an email, please.
Okay, thank you, councils.
No, you didn't go in on them on the Braille? Come on. I was waiting for the Braille attack. I need to give you your Braille.
Hi, Speaker. Which item or items did you want to speak on?
I'm going to speak on 1 and 3.
One was in the regular meeting, but you've got 3 on the living wage stuff, so we'll give you a minute. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. My name is Ishman Baber, Social Equity Dispensary owner here in the city of Los Angeles. Hi, Ms. Hunt. I live in your district. Sir, you know who I am. You know, you guys sit here, you guys act like the people don't mean nothing, but we're the ones who put you where you are.
So, Speaker, sorry to do this to you, but the only items that are open for public comment now are the assertion of jurisdiction of fire commissioners and the living wage ordinance regarding hotels and the airport. Do you want to speak to either of those?
No, but I just want them to know that I see how they all are. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will be voting you out. You know who you are. I'm District 10, huh?
Hi.
Hi, my name is Kishan Hira. I'm here to talk about the number 2 for the hotel workers ordinance.
Please go ahead.
My family is planning to build a 77-unit hotel in the city of Los Angeles, specifically in Mrs. Hutt's district. We are a small family-run corporation. We don't build luxury hotels for wealthy travelers. We build mid-scale hotels for everyday families living in Los Angeles
And for the hookers and shit, by the way.
travelers.
You're a whore!
This project is ready to go. We've secured all the necessary permits and approvals.
Little
We can
momos
start
on
building
Fig.
tomorrow. For this project to be viable, you need to carve limited service hotels from this ordinance, just like the city of Long Beach did for their hoteliers. Without it, we simply can't afford to move forward. I'll have to move the project to Long Beach. Our goal is to offer rooms at about $100 per night, not $300 like a high-end hotel. I want to keep things affordable and accessible, but the added burdens this measure would impose, that price point is impossible. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's up, Kingo?
Armando Munoz, Bobby J, Maria Gutierrez.
Hello, sir. Which item or items did you want to speak to?
Hotel worker ordinance.
Please go ahead.
Ray Patel. First of all, I want to thank Councilmember John Lee, Councilman Park, Councilman Rodriguez, Councilman Padilla, and Councilman Adrian for your support Wednesday to support the small businesses, family-owned, immigrant-owned hotels in the city of Los Angeles, which are referred to as limited service hotels that are predominantly renting to Los Angelinos. Today, we're here to ask again for you to consider on this reading a carve-out for the limited service hotels. The similar ask that we had in Long Beach, and a city south of here, I believe it's the 5th largest in LA County, that also caters to tourist hotels, convention business, arts districts, beautiful city. Their city council and the mayor recognize the fact that their limited service hotels cater to their citizenry. And they wanted to make sure that they supported the small business ownership there, and they carved them out. We ask you to still consider carving out the limited service hotels, especially today when you're serving so many immigrant communities here in Los Angeles.
Thank you, Speaker. Hi, which item or items did you want to speak to?
Flying foods?
Item 3,
Please.
minimum wage. Thank
Yep,
you.
please go ahead.
First of all, Mr. Marquise, want to say thank you on behalf of all the people that live in your district. This living wage that's going to pass is going to impact because we can no longer live in our cities. Yesterday was a historic day. Y'all should have been here. Y'all missed it. And I just want to say that we need to move forward. We can no longer wait because the increases that's coming right here in the city, and we're getting kicked out of the city. So this is a reason why we need to pass this wage. We've been waiting it for the past 2 years. So let there be no more amendments. Let there be no more holdups. The study has showed that when you invest in Angelinos, the Angelinos is going to invest back in the city because this money is going to go back to the city. So thank you very much, city council members, for your leadership yesterday. We just made history. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we passed.
All right, that concludes public comment for the special meeting. Mr. Clerk, what item is before us?
Mr. President, items 2 and 3 are before council. Would council members wish to call any of these items special?
Well, I will help both of them. Well, we'll call 2 special, which leaves 3 on its own. And we'll consider item number 2 at this time.
Yes, sir.
All right, and we'll begin with Mr. McCosker.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you, members. Item 2
Prices
is
are gonna
very
rise,
troubling.
yeah. Then they'll
to
blame
me,
it on
actually.
Trump.
Some weeks ago, you were very kind, all of you, to consider what
Giving
we were
McDonald's
going to do
workers
with
20,
the
giving
fire
dishwashers
department's
$30
proposal
an
to
hour.
go with something called Clean Harbors for a 5-year contract, multi-million-dollar value. I was concerned about them because of their labor practices and their concerns about some of their environmental practices, although I didn't have anything specific, which is why I asked the department whether they had any violations of
dishwashing
health and
robots
safety within the city. And we got a report in April saying Clean Harbors has been contracting with the city for over 20 years and has not had any recent health and safety issues occurring within the city. They have been certified as an LBE and have 3 branch locations within the city, one of which is in Wilmington. I will highlight, has not had any recent, I don't know what that word means, we need to ask, health and safety issues, probably need to know what that means, occurring within the city. We probably have to provide a map to the department as to what is in the city and what isn't in the city. Because after that action, I began getting concern calls from my constituents, and they wanted to know if I was aware or had concern about Rob Bonta's complaint for civil penalties and injunctive relief by the people of the state of California and the executors of the different departments against Clean Harbors Wilmington, LLC, a limited liability company, Clean Harbors Environmental Services,
They're dumb voters
a
will believe
corporation,
it.
and Clean Harbors, Inc., a corporation that was filed in 2021 and was active litigation based on violations of health and safety in the city of Wilmington at a site which his address is 1737 East Denny Street, Wilmington, California. If there's any ambiguity for the police department, for the fire department, Denny Street is in Wilmington, California. It's within a few blocks. It's a site within a few blocks of a park. It's within a couple blocks of a mobile home park and residences. It is surrounded by children who try to walk to a rec center. And the inspections by DTSC found a number of violations at this site. Again, it's back in 2021, but it was a series of violations that resulted in a piece of litigation for a cause of action for failure to comply with the hazardous waste permit, health and safety codes of many variety.
What about the health and safety codes of all these homeless encampments?
Again,
in fact,
for
they
the
just found
facility
2
in
people
Wilmington,
dead in one encampment.
and
What do you think
query whether
happened there?
2021 is recent. Failure to properly maintain the containment system that keeps the toxic materials on the site. A third cause of action for failure to record properly the materials which are contained on the site. And a fourth cause of action unlawful storage of incompatible wastes together, creating enough of a dangerous condition that this litigation was filed. It was pursued pretty vigorously, and I will say that it has resulted in a final judgment. Query whether January is recent, January of this year. It resulted in a final judgment on these various causes of action where hazardous materials stored in Wilmington were not properly labeled, were mixed, the berms were broken, the asphalt at the site is broken, allowing materials to seep into the ground to the surrounding properties, which include residential, recreational properties. And in the stipulated
Everything
final
you guys
judgment,
touch is
just in
turns to
case
shit. Everything
folks
you
want to come
touch.
forward and say, well, nothing came of it because it was settled, the parties agreed that the violations alleged in the complaint are admitted and deemed proven for any purposes by DTSC. Such purposes may include seeking enhancement penalties to show a pattern and a course of conduct and a history of noncompliance. So, members, what happened was I made a mistake.
So, Mike, he's in the
When I
other
got a
room.
sentence from the fire department that said there is no recent violations in the city of Los
Laying
Angeles,
in the window in the
I did
sun.
what should otherwise be reasonable. I believed them. They're either going to tell us 2021 to 2025 is not recent, or they're going to tell us that mixing materials at the site and not containing them and overloading bins is not a health code violation, or they're going to tell me that Wilmington is not in the city of Los Angeles. You pick one. One of those has to be true for you to have told me the truth.
Wilmington is rough, by the way.
One of those has to be true. Otherwise,
That's a rough city.
probably the second biggest fib I've gotten from the fire department in the past week. I'm going to ask you members for us to assert jurisdiction.
Ooh, he's pissed.
If this happened somewhere else in the city, if this happened in your district, I'd be behind you. If it happened in the valley, I'd be with you. If it happened in the nice part of the valley, I'd be with you. If it happened on the west side, I'd be with you.
Shitty part?
It happened in Wilmington, and it happens over and over and over and over again in Wilmington. And you know who's doing it to us?
The Clinton thumb?
Not some company offshore.
Okay,
The
not
fire
it.
department. Enough.
So you say you call it out LAFD?
Members, I
You call
humbly
it out
ask you to assert
LAFD?
jurisdiction, send this back to committee, because I will not put up with it. And if any one of you want to take this into your jurisdiction, you can have it.
Councilmember Blumenfield.
I rise to support the assertion of jurisdiction, and you've certainly made the case it's a righteous cause, but I want to say you went far beyond above the bar that we need for today. All we have to do today is, we don't have to decide the merits of it, although you've laid it out very clearly, is that we are asserting jurisdiction. And I always say, I never met a 245 I didn't like. When we do a 245, that is us as a council saying there is a decision out there that one of the bodies has made that we want to review. And I think it's important because to remember that all of these commissions of appointed folks have what's called borrowed authority. They have the authority that has been lent by this body to them to make decisions because there are so much other things going on. So when we want to take back that borrowed authority, we don't need the threshold that Mr. McCosker went to.
Shell, stop
And
telling
we don't
them
need
facts.
to go that far,
We're
although
not gonna
you
like
did it
you,
very
Shell.
ably. We just need to say, this is
He's
a
gonna be
decision that should be
angry
made
with
here
you.
in the council. Even if you don't agree with it, we need to be able to make that decision. So both because you made such a convincing case about the merits, and I look forward to the merits coming to us, and I'll listen more carefully to those things.
Look at him all breathing heavy.
Before that bar,
That's
if you
where
had
his
just
top
said,
lip is. His bottom
you know,
lip. Dude,
I
his
think this is
bottom
something we
lip
need to
ate
think
his
about
top
because
lip.
It's an important issue. That would have been enough.
It was like one of those things, like, you know, in the fish tank where
Us
one
asserting
fish
our
eats the
council
other fish.
jurisdiction and taking back borrowed authority when any member of
His
this body
top
thinks
lip
that it's
isn't
valid.
missing, it's
I
gone.
firmly support the assertion of 245.
Councilmember Lee.
In fact, I don't know, even the bottom lip's starting to
Mr.
go.
President, I support taking 245. I'm always open to when a council member
He looks
wants to
tan,
take a
too.
look
He
at
was
the
out in the
process
sun,
decision.
working.
It's our right to.
Was you
But
cleaning up
I have
too,
one
dog?
question. I see Captain Jones. You're in the audience. Do you mind coming up to the table? I just have one question for you.
Was you cleaning up too? Uh-oh, here comes the fire department now. Oh, this ought to be interesting.
Ryan Jones, Captain 2, Los Angeles Fire Department. How you doing, sir?
Good. Thanks, Captain Jones, for being here.
About to get
Just
fight.
one question. Have we suspended, was it Twin Harbors, from continuing to pick up hazardous waste?
As of now, they are not picking up hazardous waste.
Okay, who is?
At this point, there is no pickup, and we're almost at capacity with 12 facilities. We have another 30 coming up in the next month. And if we don't pick up the hazardous waste, we could be headed for health and fire code safety violations up to $12 million if we don't get this contract done.
Is it possible to give a temporary contract? Do we have the ability to?
Yeah, we're working with our city attorney, Sam Petty. We're looking at a workaround if we can't use Clean Harbors for another agency with a piggyback contract. So right now we're actively working on a solution.
Okay. Well, Councilmember Kosker, you're already standing up. While I support your 245, I just want to make sure that we have something in place where we are actually picking up hazardous waste, because I'm hearing the same things that Captain Jones is explaining yesterday.
Look at him, he's all pissed.
Thank you.
Look at his
Public
lips.
Safety Chair, Mr. McCosker.
Reading each
I'm
other.
going to say figured out. If this is the biggest problem we have facing the city of Los Angeles, we're doomed. Figure it out. Because I have chapter and verse of violations at the site in Wilmington. And I am not going to stand by some assertion that the quality of life at a firehouse is more important than the quality of life for a resident in the city of Wilmington. I'm tired of, because this will be the second time in a week that the fire department asserts that their lives and their comfort is more important than the comfort and the lives of our residents. So I'm just going to say figure it out.
Yes, sir. We want to make this work. Any way we can get this done to protect the public and fire stations, we want to make it work to get the oil picked up.
It didn't sound much like this is about protecting the public. It sounded a lot like this is about the convenience of getting oil out of the firehouses and putting it into a facility in Wilmington that may or may not be in violation of its current standards. I just want to hear. I don't want to hear that they have no violations and then find out that there's a federal case that was going on for 4 years at the same time that I was told there were no violations. That's all. That's not a question.
Thank you, Mr. McCosker. All right, I think there are no more speakers on the queue. So, Mr. City Attorney?
Yeah, so just to be clear, this is a vote to assert jurisdiction, and if the vote passes, refer the matter to the committee.
And
All
for,
right.
for the record, sir, 10 votes are required to adopt the
Everywhere
motion.
is a mess, and they're
All right,
busy
let's
with
open the roll.
hour and 45 minutes
Close
of
the roll.
celebration
Tabulate the vote.
to keep their vote.
15 ayes.
Councilmember McCosker? Forthwith without objection. Thank you. All right, Mr. Clerk, what's next?
The council may now consider item 3.
All right, item 3 is before us. This is a revote of the vote that we took on Wednesday. I don't see any speakers on the queue. So let's...
Mr. President, if I may, sir, a
Yes, sir.
motion is needed to adopt the updated ordinance dated May 15th, 2025.
All right, let's open the roll on updating.
Is there a motion for this, sir?
I move that we update the motion. Is there a second? Councilmember Jurado?
Thank you.
All right, let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes, 3 noes.
The ordinance will be held over to Friday, May 23rd, 2025 for second consideration.
All right, what's next?
Would council like to adjourn the special meeting and reconvene the regular meeting, sir?
All right, we're adjourned and reconvene.
And if I may
Please
call the roll. Bloomfield, Harris Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt, Jurado, Lee, McCosker, Nazarian, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky. 15 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
All right, what's next?
Council has motions for posting and referral.
They are posted and referred. Before we begin announcements, Budget and Finance will begin at 1:30 in John Ferraro Chambers in here at 1:30. Any other announcements, members? All right, seeing no announcements, I have an announcement. I'll ask everybody under the sound of my voice to receive an invitation to the grand opening of the Rail-to-Rail Active Transportation Corridor. It's a transportation corridor that goes along the old Slauson Railroad in the 9th Council District and in the 8th Council District all the way over to Wilmington. This is a $166 million active transport project that got started by Chairman of the Metro Board, Mark Ridley Thomas, back in 2012. It's a bike path, a walk path, a green path throughout South LA that connects the two rail lines, the Blue Line and the K Line. So we look forward to seeing you all for the celebration tomorrow. All right, seeing no other announcements, I'll ask everybody in the chambers to rise for adjourning motions.
Well, I guess that's it. That's it for today.
All right, any adjourning motions to my left? Mr. Blumenfield.
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
I don't give a shit. I don't care about your adjourning motions. You commie fucks have wasted enough of my time. You disgusting fucks wasted an hour and 45 minutes sucking everyone's dick. And that's nothing but facts. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. 20 minutes of public comment while you got an hour and 45 minutes of the knee-bending event. That's how that worked. Then they did a special meeting, only allowed you to speak on those two items. No public comment. And I assured you, if you were if you had spoke earlier, you certainly wouldn't have been able to speak in the special meeting, even though it's a separate meeting. And people get angry at me when I call them communists. Of course they are. Of course they are. They don't even want to hear from the people that probably do like them and support them. It's blatantly obvious. They don't care. They do not care. It's a sad deal. All right, have a good day, Richard. I'll see you later tonight, hopefully. Feel a chase car. Well, I'm home today, and we can watch that other chase because I didn't see it. I was busy working, so I told you from now on. I started that like I don't know, I think it was last year even, that if I'm gone and I miss a chase, I don't watch any of it on my phone. Nothing. I see the alerts. Shout out to the professor. He hit me up with an alert. You know what I mean? So did Tom. Shout out to Tom. But I was gone. So that way I can actually watch it with you guys later as a rerun and be honest about what I'm seeing. I haven't seen any of it. So. And I'm thinking it was like 45 minutes long. It was a decently long chase, so we'll check it out tonight if shit gets slow. Just sold my old boat to a Danish dude. He thought we'd forget about dangled. We didn't enjoy your new boat, buddy. Okay. Wasn't the best day people buy a boat is the day they buy it and the day they sell it? Those are the two best days. Isn't that how the joke goes? Bust out another 1,000 is what it stands for. I mean, having a boat is an expensive hobby. And then if you add to it like things like you're doing water skiing or you're doing fishing, especially fishing, because the cost of lures and line and the rod and reel and all that stuff, and then the fishing license, it's costly. The bait, you know what I mean? There's a lot to it. Gets expensive really quick. I mean, that's why most people here don't have boats, and they'll just go and get on a charter real quick or go to the lake and rent a boat for the day. It's much cheaper. You know what I mean? Go over to the lake, rent a boat for, I don't even know how much a boat costs now. Me and my bro Brandon, we used to do that. Get ripped, and go down, get on the boat, go fish. It's fun. Just to get out of the hustle and bustle of the fucking city, And we do the same on fishing charters. We go to Marina Del Rey, and they run boats out of Marina Del Rey, and we do like a twilight, which was, I don't know, 5 o'clock to like 8 o'clock, 3 hours. 'Cause you're not going far. You're just going out and then up and down the coast. You're not going really deep. But it's still fun. You know what I mean? Still catch plenty. So we used to do that because it was cheap. It was like $27 for the ticket. And back then the license was only like $16 or something. So it was fun. I enjoyed it. It is. Fishing is fun, man. Even when you don't catch anything. I mean, it gets kind of frustrating, but, you enjoy the outdoors. And I got to be honest, I don't think I've ever gone out onto the ocean and not caught anything. I mean, you catch something. I mean, even if it's a bonita or mackerel, you're going to catch something. You know what I mean? But when you go on the lake, it's definitely much more different. There's plenty of times I've been to the lake and haven't caught a fucking thing. Almost no bites even. You're like, was that current or was that a bite? Oh yeah, that's the current. So it can be a bit much. You know what I mean? Trying to catch some fish sometimes in the fresh water. Polluted fish. Well, I mean, in the bays here for the most part, Billy, yes. But I mean, as you get up, or back then when I was at, like, you go into Malibu, it's cleaner water over there. It's where it's bad is in right next to LAX, Dockweiler Beach. Dockweiler Beach right there, they have a reclamation plant, and they have shit and piss going into the water. You can see it. You can see toilet paper and duty. It's gross. So yeah, Santa Monica Bay isn't much better. I wouldn't eat fish out of Santa Monica, which is just north of where I just told you. But as you go a little further out, it's pretty clean. You know what I mean? It's just, some of those quick trips, they're not gonna go very far, because you got to be back soon anyways. You know what I mean? You want an all-day trip? You can take that. You'll go to the backside of Catalina. You know what I mean? That'll happen. There's good fishing out there. Fucking clear as day. You see the shark come up and eat your shit. Pull your sand bass up and half of it's missing. And if it ain't that, it's a fucking seal. I gotta tell you, man, seal are pests. They're cute little things, but they can be real pests. They'll find the boats, and then they'll sit under the boats, and as you're reeling your shit up, the fish are jamming around, and whap, just take most of that fucking fish you just caught off. So that's the thing. That is a thing. But then when the seals come, then the sharks come usually, because they want to chase the seals. So the circle of life. Yes, it does, Value. Yes, it does. They have some crazy fish out there. The backside's a little more cleaner and nicer, and it takes a little longer to get around it, but, that's where they take you fishing. It's good fishing over there. A lot of yellowtail, dorado, mahi-mahi, So that kind of shit. That kind of, like, fun fish to catch. Tuna. That's what you catch. Good old fishing. Back when fishing wasn't so expensive. And I'd probably do it more and, like, actually take the fish if I was a fish fan, but I don't. I throw them back now. After my grandparents passed away, I definitely throw them back. Jailbreak. Yeah, I know. Jailbreak. What are you watching on a jailbreak? A picture of 10 cop cars with their lights on the street. And hearing little bits of information passed on. And what are you really hearing? You're not actually seeing the manhunt. Or much of it. Yeah, I know. apparently they've already caught one. It was 11, and now there's down to 10. You caught a 130-pound tuna offline? That's crazy.
Sheesh!
130-pound fish is nuts. I want to tell you, I think I don't remember. I caught a white sea bass, and it was 32 inches, so I had to throw it back because they have to be 36 inches minimum. They have to be 3 feet long minimum to keep one. And this one was a baby. Now, I don't remember what the weight of it was, and I got to tell you, that thing, I fought with it for a good 30, 40 minutes. Like, it was tiring. And to have to throw it back sucked. And that was before the age of all of us having phones. It would have been nice to just take a quick snapshot of it before I threw it back. But the biggest fish I ever caught was a jackpot fish that I won in off of Marina Del Rey. It was a 9.5-pound sea bass. I'm sorry, sand bass. Sand bass. So 9.5-pound sand bass, which is a fat fish. That's a croaker. That is a fat sea bass. They're not normally that fat. You know, normally they're 5 or 6 pounds. That's a sizable one. But for it to already be almost 10 pounds, I mean, bro, that thing had a belly on it. It had been eating good for years, Billy. He'd been eating good for years. Then he got eaten good. Artie Lang's book, Too Fat to Fish. Yeah, fishing's fun, man. I enjoy it. I haven't done it in a long time. I don't have tackle. I have a couple rods that are just need some... They need new line. And I don't have any tackle at all. So I'd have to get some tackle, box and some... The basics, you know what I mean? But, yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed going out on the lake. We didn't do it as much, but like I said, it was tougher to catch shit. We tried it all. That power bait, fucking fish eggs, crawdads, the fake crawdad lures with the root beer spray. Like, it's a lot more difficult to catch freshwater fish, in my opinion, than it is to catch saltwater fish. It's almost like the fucking ones in the ocean are they're always hungry. They're willing to eat anything. You know? Whoop up fish? Gas station sushi? No. No, thank you. I did have sushi, maybe about 3 weeks to a month ago. Went out with Steph and we had dinner. And I had a spicy tuna roll. It was good. I think they called it a dragon roll. I think that's what it was. Maybe, yeah, that's what it was, a spicy dragon roll. I think it was crab instead of tuna. I think that's what it was. Good nonetheless. Yeah, I'll see you tonight too, BJ. I'm out of here. Your dad's fly rod. See, I've never gone fly fishing, Eric. That'd be fun as fuck. I'd love to go fly fishing. Just seems fun. Especially when you get to stand in the water and do it and watch the fish go by. It's crazy. I think, it is what it is. Raw fish equals parasites. Well, I think it was crab anyways, but what can you do? I got parasites anyways in me. I'm sure of it. I got microplastics in my balls. I got it all. I'm sure of it, Robert. I've eaten all the bad things in life. Doritos, Oreos, fucking fried chicken, all the bad stuff. Although I gotta be honest, I had a full, I went to the doctor not long ago and had all the tests for everything. And everything was good except for one thing. was my cholesterol was starting to get into the higher range. So I need to eat a little better. But other than cholesterol issue, and again, they didn't feel that they said, oh, okay, well, if it was that bad, they want to put you on that medication so they can sell more big pharma drugs. But yeah, I didn't get any of that. So, shit, yeah. All right, Westo, I'm out of here too. Blue Dye 66. Even In-N-Out was talking about it. They're gonna change I guess they use some sort of dye in the strawberry milkshake and the lemonades. They have pink lemonade. So they're going to use something else instead of that. Make it a little more healthy. And one other thing in the fries. Like I think some part of the oil they use to make the fries or whatever they do. Whatever they done do's. All right. Talk about done do's. This shit's done news. Done do's. We up out of here. But thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody for coming and hanging out. I appreciate you. Sorry that it was such a bullshit meeting. Hour 45 minutes of bullshit and then obviously 20 minutes of real time. That's how they do it. They're making it to where you don't even want to come anymore. And that way they don't have to hear anybody. And then, well, we have it. They just don't show up anymore. It's like they just stopped. Commie fucks. Commie fucks. So anyways, guys, I'll be live tonight, 8 o'clock Pacific time, so please adjust to your time zone. Just a little less than 7 hours from right now. Like 6 hours and 54 minutes. You can set your clock to it. 6 hours, 54 minutes, we should be live. If not, I understand it's Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Come back safe to us on the next one. Keep the notifications on in case we get a chase before 8 o'clock tonight. Other than that, on behalf of Stinks, who didn't show up, and myself, we're out of here. I'll see you tonight.
This party is officially over.
Yeah, you guys. I'm a going home.